the Simpit. I'm your host, Shaun, and welcome to Hot Lap Humpday, presented by Ricmotech. Ricmotech, they are Frank at Ricmotech. He's one of my favorite people in all of sim racing, one of my favorite companies in all of sim racing, and I think through this entire crisis, they're one of the only places in town where you can get certain gear. They really kept things going through everything, so I want to thank Frank and Ricmotech for all that, as we are here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Mazda, in the BMW M4 GT4 car. Kevin threw a curveball and I had the wrong information. Obviously, I haven't turned any laps. I didn't even have a car painted. But here we are for Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday at Indianapolis Road Course in the Mazda MX-5. I am here with the audio of Kevin Ford of Extreme Motorsports. I'm here with the audio of Elvis Rankin, as in, are you faster than a 13-year-old? And I am here in both video and chat with Robby Unser. Everybody knows Robby Unser, as me and Robby always have fun going after this particular event. Hey, Tyler, we are getting ready to give out that password. I just need to get my things. I'm going to turn on the audio of these guys. It's really loud for me, so now I'm going to put you guys deal with it as well. So let's bring them in.
Exactly. Yep. Just give it to me. Yep. Hey,
hey.
Shaun, how are we, buddy?
We are live. That's how we are. How are you? Is right. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Great to see you again here in this beautiful month of August. And sim racing is still about and doing strong, so that's always wonderful. But yeah, great to be back for our August edition of the Hot Lap here for 2020. Round 8, that would be. So we're looking forward to a good one tonight here. An interesting combination. I'll let you share that information.
Well,
you may have already.
I'm pretty pumped to be running these Mazdas at Sebring. This is a combination I've always loved.
Wow. Man.
Wait.
I'm offended now.
And the thing that we're so excited about is Elvis has looked forward to this combination for so long.
I'm gonna give quick context. Okay, so Advanced Mazda this week, if you don't know, that's the official iRacing series for Mazda.
Of course.
Is at Sebring this week, and I was planning to run it, so I was like, oh, let me get quick 4 hours of practice, so then I can be really good. And I literally look at Shaun's stream, and then I just peek in the host, and I just see Indianapolis, and I see Frank. I'm like, no way.
Yep. So this was all done to put you into a tailspin, if you will. Yeah. So did you enjoy the little prank there with the whole Mazda Sebring thing, Elvis? Unfortunately, Shaun caught himself up in the little twisted prank and had to reset the graphics in the session the broadcast a few times.
I got it wrong twice.
Thankfully,
right,
you guys, I would have been a lot more mad if you picked like some random car and I didn't have a Orion livery guy to represent. But thankfully, I have one for this car.
There you go.
Absolutely.
I literally got one from my manager like this week.
Oh, so, see, well, there you go. That worked out well.
I was like, I'm going to ask him for it. And I was like,
And I did notice it is specific to Indy Road Course livery on the car. So I appreciate you going to the great lengths of having one specific for tonight.
I don't think that's how that works. I think it's just the same thing.
Right. Well, Elvis, great to have you with us, buddy. And Robby Unser is with us again this week, or this month, I should say. So, Robby, always a pleasure having you in the booth with us as we take another dance out on a different course and a different track this month. Tell us what your thoughts are on this combination.
Well, I love the track, obviously.
Yes.
I haven't ever driven the car, so what fun we will have, I think.
That's the beauty of the Hot Lap Challenge. A lot of guys pop in here every month and go, ooh, now that's an interesting one. I've never done that combination. And then some go, I'm not doing that.
If this was the Porsche GT4, I'd be way more confident.
Right.
The Beamer, I'm really good in the Porsche Extreme 99 sports car series.
Windows is failing.
Very successful in that in the Porsche, but in the Beamer, I've never driven.
Well, see, you're going to get to appreciate what a real race car is like. I'm
kidding.
Think that's
how it works.
No, iRacing failed me.
Oh no!
On the audio, yeah.
Windows
had it right.
Can I drive now, by the way?
It was,
Negative.
yeah,
That's a big
and-
negative,
and
all
ca-
caps.
And can we give out the password yet?
Actually, you know what? We can give out the password. That does not mean you have the green flag yet, Elvis.
What?
The password for tonight's session. Are we ready, everybody? Here we go. You know, it's always a
Drum roll,
product
please.
of Ricmotech's, of course. Real Gear 99. It's one of the old passwords we used to use a long time
way.
ago. Real Gear 99. What a flashback,
I
huh,
was
Shaun?
gonna hack that.
You were gonna hack that, weren't you?
Okay, is there a green flag now, or can I go?
Negative. Big negative.
Guys, you're gonna follow me out 2
That's-
laps.
that's
and
right.
Then you can go.
No,
That's-
no, I don't think this is how it works.
Hey, the rules change every month. You know that.
So if you are watching, in case you didn't hear that embedded into our chat, we are here at Indianapolis Road Course in the BMW GT4 car. And the password, if you'd like to join us, all are welcome, is Real Gear 99. Look for a room hosted by Frank Rico. Obviously, we're at Indianapolis, as I just stated, the BMW, and come out and set a time. Top drivers tonight will be in the shootout at the end of the stream to see who has top honors for the day, or night, however you want to look at it.
Elvis, you will get the green flag the moment the first driver logs in and enters their vehicle.
Shaun, what the?
Yep.
No, you're 2 inches from. No, whoa, he's past the
Now
cones.
Robby
Belty.
actually has left pit lane.
Whoa, he's back. He can't see me.
Hey, look at that. Now we have a driver coming in there, Tyler Vickery, and his number 5 coming out tonight to join us in that BMW M4. Now you have to wait.
Cheating.
I'm watching here.
Disqualified.
When he hit,
Wait, he's in here. He connected.
he's
What?
not in on pit lane yet. I can.
Wait, he has to be
Hey.
on pit lane. Oh my.
On pit lane. Yep, I have software here that tells me exactly where everybody is at. And I'm waiting to see his light turn blue on my software that says on pit lane. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Well, I'm going
And
first.
well, where are you going?
I'm going nowhere right now, but I'm going
Oh, good,
first in a
good.
second.
Oh, see, going nowhere fast. That's never fun.
We're on a road to nowhere.
Where?
Wait, you're gonna see a stall.
Let's stick with our sim jobs, Shaun. We're not very good at sim.
Wait, what happens if he just decides he doesn't want to come on track right away?
Well,
Well,
You're waiting.
Gosh, then I guess we're going to be waiting. Gosh, yeah. So let's see. I wonder what Tyler could be doing. This may take a minute. He may be getting his
Oh,
seat
here
belts
comes
ready,
Clymer.
making
Please,
some
please, please,
adjustments.
please. Somebody get on the pit lane so I can go.
here comes Clymer.
Oh, here comes Clymer. Let's see. Waiting for pit lane. Oh, tick tock. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh, still waiting. Oh, Clymer. Oh, I saw him flash here. Let's see. Oh. All right.
You better wait up, Albert.
Okay, here we go. I see Tyler now. He's in his car. All right, Elvis, you have the green flag there, buddy. You can go.
Oh shit.
Why you
Hey,
waiting?
Robby, great to see you knocked out that top time on the board first tonight, Robby. Great job, buddy.
Me and Robby are doing
Laps are too
donuts.
hard, okay.
Oh, I have too much steering. Wait,
Yeah,
what
now
is
keep-
wrong with
keep in
this
mind-
stupid car?
Hey, keep in mind, these tires are very cold, and I'm talking ice cold the first couple laps. Just know that, guys.
They really are.
This car's
Oh,
broken.
they're very cold, very cold. When they start to warm up, the car's actually fun, but boy, it takes a couple laps. And of course, we're going to have our usual showdown this evening at the end of our event. We'll have 3.5 hours of qualifying.
Hey, don't start flashing me now.
And then at that time,
remember, I'm
we
a
are going to
PTR in
switch
the-
things
in the
over
other
to
series, so I can mess with you if you want me to.
a final event. And we always wait until we get near the end of the event to decide on how many drivers are going to run in the event tonight, even though we already know now. We've decided to wait and not tell you till later.
No, I can't X. This is so.
Yep. Yeah, and the new thing we're doing here, guys,
is there scrutiny?
Scrutiny, young man.
A scrutiny. The qualifying scrutiny.
The qualifying scrutiny.
Whatever
Robbie,
the
are you
qualifying thing is that
familiar
gets you DQ.
with
You have to-
scrutiny?
No idea what we're doing is scrutiny.
I don't either. I'm familiar with scrutiny.
Scrutiny.
Yeah,
I believe.
scrutiny.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
rule for dress length?
It
At,
is.
like school dances and things.
It is. Scrutiny. Yes. How is your scrutiny? Oh, 22, 23 inches, you know. Right. Yeah, right. Oh, and they make medication for scrutiny issues
welcome to
as
the
well.
hump day where everyone decides to bully Elvis.
Oh, we bully everybody, Elvis.
That's right. Not just you. No way.
This car sounds kind of like a
You
kazoo.
deserve it, Elvis. Out.
It does.
Hey, let's let our viewers out there know the password tonight is Real Gear 99. Real Gear 99. That's right. REALGEAR 99. That'll get you into the session. Come on out and join us. We are at Indianapolis Motor Speedway this evening at the road course. We found it was only apropos that we come to Indy this week, of course, in light of what's happening in the real world there. So come on out and join us here at the Indy Road Course in that beautiful BMW GT4 car that was just introduced to iRacing here in the last couple of months. So come on out and let's put your talents to the test against the one youngster, Mr. Elvis Rankin, one of the up-and-coming rising stars on iRacing, and of course the veteran legendary driver, Mr. Robby Unser. Always a pleasure having him in the booth. And well, poor Elvis, he just seems to be quite the punching bag for all of us here. We we love to give him a hard time.
At the beginning, he just kills us. So.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, he gets us back out there on the track, man. The kid can get it done, that's
This
for sure.
car. Kevin, this is what you drive every week?
Every
You're
week.
driving the wrong car, dude.
Hey, man, did you see how I finished last week?
You see where I finished?
Okay, there is a little difference.
Did you see how many Beamers were in front of you, and then how many Porsches were in front of you?
Yeah, yes, yeah. That's okay, because, we're going to start BOPing you per portions, man.
Whoa!
Hey,
BOP,
hey.
you guys
Kevin, do
already
I
way
need
too
to
fast on the
give
street.
Elvis a little bit of a ruffle of the feathers for next month for our next sports car race?
Oh, would you please, Tyler? Would you please?
No. Why is everybody ruffling my feathers? Especially in an extreme race.
All right, Robbie, I'm riding with you.
Lap car for you, Elvis.
This thing's a bit loose.
It's a bit dancy, isn't she?
What'd you say, Tyler?
Yeah, she just floats, man.
All over the place. Yeah, I know, right up to the wall.
In the TTR class.
One more time, because I got these guys yapping in my ear like crazy.
Oh, of course you just barely beat me out again. At least I got my name up on first place for a little bit.
What? That's tough getting that thing woed down for that quarter, right? You're not going to get a nosebleed with that, Robbie, are you?
No.
You'll notice that once you get some heat in the tires, she starts to come in, and she's still a bit of a challenge, but. Well, Elvis, are you saying that if I was in the Porsche, I would do a little better?
I'm not trying to say you'd beat Aeronom, me, and Mike, but you'd do better.
Okay, I'll take that.
Dude, these off tracks are gonna be the death of me. This is like slowdowns in Le Mans for me right now.
Yep. Don't you love
The only
these?
thing that I like about this car is the straight line speed's much better than that
Yeah.
Porsche. But
Oh, yeah.
besides that, the cornering is just
Yep. Starting to come in a little better, Robbie. I see you coming up onto the banking here. He's like, man, you know, I'm used to big, fat, wide tires.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Big fat wide tires, way more horsepower.
Right.
You know the worst race cars?
Yeah.
Facts.
Oh, that's great. Well, look
Kevin,
at our
I have
times right
not
now.
had
We
the
have
experience of the tires coming in yet. I'm on lap 2.
Tyler Vickery at the top of the board here with the 134.132. That's our
hang on to it, Robbie.
our first time there at the top, and Robby Unser holding on to P2 here with a 34.523, just back about 4/10. David Clymer starting off well tonight with a 35.754. He's back just a little over 1 second, but we'll see Clymer work his way up the ladder here, I'm sure. Shaun Cole back there with a 136.409. Cursing us for choosing this car and track. I'm kidding. Shaun will be getting up there pretty quick. He'll get the feel of this thing. He's a competitor every month.
Kevin, count to 15.
Backwards or forwards?
Now it's 5.
Okay, and should I start with 5? Is it over yet? 1, 0?
It's already done.
Okay. Yeah, I personally love this track. I think this is just a
You're
wonderful
crazy.
road. Oh, I love this place. I think this road course is just really fantastic. I've always loved this Indy road course. I'd love to see the new one, and I'm sure we'll get it on iRacing here eventually. But COVID, I'm sure, is slowing down some of that ability to get out and rescan some of these courses for iRacing right now. So we're all being very patient in that regard.
I'm offended, Kevin.
Boy, I'm getting good at offending you, aren't I?
I told you to pay attention.
That's right.
I'm not sure anyone's bullying you. I think you might just be a little sensitive.
Right.
We're having hormonal issues.
Hormonal issues, right? Right.
But, you'll learn that next year.
All right, again, that password is Real Gear 99. Come on out and join us tonight. Still looking for a lot of our regulars here this evening. With David Clymer's in here, and I'm sure the rest of the Simpit crew will be on the way here. And
Hopefully some extreme crew if I decided to retype my message.
Oh, you know, I just realized I'm probably running around with a full tank.
oh, you probably are. Yes.
No draft.
Alright, let's see. Check in with people.
Clear.
John was saying yes, there were emails sent out this morning. I saw them.
Okay.
Or
There were
wait,
emails sent out this morning about it being Sebring, or a hint to Sebring.
There were emails. Emails sent out.
Emails, as in plural.
So I don't know why somebody.
Okay, so the
might
scrutiny is on. Somebody needs to undq me.
not. And of course, turns better than the BMW.
Kevin.
Hey, Elvis.
What?
It's gonna make for a long day if you need 100 DQs cleared. You know, there's this thing
What?
that, like,
What?
yeah, when you go off track and gives you a black flag, it usually tells you how to clear your own.
I don't have admin.
No. By
I
like,
just got DQ'd.
by
because I
like
was testing
properly
the skirt.
undoing it, you know, you serve your penalty kind of thing.
There, did I clear it?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just testing to see if the scrutiny was on so you could give a warning. But apparently, I already found that out.
Yeah, the scrutiny is on. It's moderate.
Yeah. Garoot in the.
Yeah.
Scrutiny.
Yeah, Scaroot in E.
I'm not going to be the only one that gets DQ, and I'm going to call that.
Scrutiny. Oh yeah, we were holding a lot of fuel. I bet that slows it down quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, sure. It'll be a little sloppier, too, with that full tank.
Oh, it will be looser without the full tank.
Yeah, and I think, what do we run? About 13 gallons, I believe, in this car for the series, or the Extreme Motorsports series.
That's
Sorry,
what you
dude.
add in
I
there.
run liters. I can't give you that info.
Andrew White, you go to
I
the
can't relate.
hosted site. I'm glad you asked. Thank you, Andrew. So we are here for Hot Lap Hump Day, Ricmotech Hot Lap Hump Day. We're at Indianapolis Road Course in the BMW M4 GT4 car. And if you'd like to join us, go to the hosted section on
How
iRacing.
many laps for the?
Look for a room hosted by Frank Rico, and you'll know it because it'll show Indianapolis and the BMW. And the password is Real Gear 99. Real Gear 99.
It'll be a 12-lap race.
I might have to go on.
Kevin,
a
one of
search
these
for
weeks are we gonna get a
setup.
Mazda?
Yes.
This season or like?
You talking about for a hot lap?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that'll get tossed in there at some point. Yep.
Okay. Take it.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, it'll get thrown in there. You bet. It's always a fave when we pop it in there. Wow, Shaun, is that how slow you're having to take those corners to get that thing to turn?
Yeah.
Holy
This is
smokes.
my outlap.
Things are.
Oh,
fucking
no
rough,
wonder,
dude.
no wonder. Yeah.
It's so pushy into the corners, and then
Yeah.
it just wants to snap.
Yeah, she's a challenge. She is definitely a challenge to drive.
Kevin, I can guarantee you at least 2 spot pickups a week if you're on the Porsche, possibly 3.
Yeah. It did okay for me at Villeneuve, but then there's some tracks where it just like
Right,
Laguna.
Villeneuve and Belle Isle, you're gonna of course be strong at because of the curves.
Yep.
It's like, well, everywhere else, if the Porsche can handle the curves, then it's gonna be great.
Yep.
That's my problem at Villeneuve is because I literally was boarded to not take the curb in the farm chicane or else you would die.
Yeah, I noticed you guys were avoiding it like the plague.
I was, and Arrow was like, nah, I already asked me. So
Yeah, right.
I did. So I was like, I ain't taking any chances.
Oh, Elvis Rankin pops a point for him at the top of the board. He's going to get those 3-point bonus or 5-point bonus for tonight with the 133.324 getting it done out there. Nice job, Elvis. Tyler drops to P2. David Clymer now moves up to P3 with a 134.305. Robbie Unser just behind him with a 134.523. Shaun Cole's finally on the board here with a 135 flat. Actually,
Slow down.
his
You
time
got a
down,
penalty? We're cutting
down
the
into
cord.
the 35, so he's picking up his pace. John Hill comes in to join us. Great to see him. And Andrew White coming out to give it a run here in this BMW GT4. Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday Challenge. That's where we're at this evening here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course on iRacing. Just look us up in the hosted sessions there. Look for Frank Rico under the session name, and we'll be hosting the event throughout the evening as he does each month. We'll have 3.5 hours of qualifying. Basically, it's a hot lap competition to see who can get out to the top of the board with clean laps. And we are going to take, we'll say we're going to take at least the top 4 drivers tonight. We may take a little more than that, but right now we're going to take 4.
I am so mad.
Oh, don't be mad.
I want to
Don't
see
be
what this
mad.
time is. Like, I barely X'd it. I wanted to see what it is, though. It's an improvement, I'll tell you that much. 33 flat. Who's this? Who's coming onto the track?
Oh, this car.
Gosh dang guinea pig on roller skates. Holy macaroni.
Again, that password is RealGear99. Once you find us in those hosted sessions there, that'll get you in. You'll see the little password button to the right. There'll be a padlock there. Hold your mouse over that. Enter that RealGear99. That'll get you into the session here. You do need the BMW M4, though, to join us tonight here at Indianapolis. Robby, have you had an opportunity?
Tires prime.
Tires are prime about lap 4. Yep.
Counting out lap or not counting out lap?
Counting out lap. 4 o'clock on the clock laps. Your best lap will probably be 3 or 4.
Oh, I had a heater until I discovered that there was a slowdown on this track.
Oh yeah.
Kevin, you should get out here for some extreme practice.
I know, right? Yeah, that would be.
Come on, get on track.
This would be a good night to do it, wouldn't it? I enjoy watching.
And Kevin, I kind of wish you had the CCR now, but at the same time, that would be a hot lap. But at least I'm getting some good practice in anyway, so another month from now.
Kevin, you're not talking on iRacing, by the way.
There we go. Now I see my mic moving. Good to see everybody out here tonight for our August edition of the Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday Challenge. Great to have you with us as we dive into another round of Hot Lap Challenge here at a very, very difficult course with a very challenging car, to say the least. This beautiful BMW M4 GT4 car here, new to iRacing in the last couple of months. So thought this would be a great challenge, and certainly at a great track here, a track that's being highlighted this week, of course, in real life. So
we better start looking like we
we'd bring our challenge to Indy this week, this month.
They're going to pull us out.
Great to have everybody out. We'll see how the Hot Lap Challenge Championship drivers fare this evening. We actually have a few out here tonight. Right now, Elvis Rankin holding down that top spot on our leaderboard here with a 133.324. Tyler Fick getting a great start to his night here with a 134.065. Far off of Elvis's time. David Clymer here on our regular here on our Hot Lap Challenge. Great to have David out tonight. Good to see you, buddy, with that 1.305. And of course, we welcome Shaun from the Simpit. That's right, our sim hero, the man of the hour, the man of all sim knowledge, the guru himself, Mr. Cole. Great to have you with us, Shaun. Robby Unser. Always a pleasure to have him with us, man. Legendary driver here at Indy. Always a pleasure having Robby in the booth with us, sharing his expertise and driving tips with all of you on the show. So if you get an opportunity to throw the show up in the background while you're out here running tonight, you might be able to pick up some tips from Robby or even Elvis tonight. He runs doesn't run this particular car, but I got a feeling he'll be figuring out some secrets for us here as the evening presses on. So John Hill, good to see him out tonight. And Andrew White joining us this month, so great to have Andrew with us as well.
Shaun, I think you got the wrong wheel rim for this car.
Never mind. Yeah, see, if you're poor, you don't have the luxury of having choices of whip rims.
I've seen you run a Formula car rim before.
You mean the one I 3D printed out of plastic?
Yeah, that one.
It's in the works still.
Okay. What about the one with the Simpit grips?
That one is for a different sandwich plate that I'm having a problem with one of the shifters, so I'm
That
working
Bell
on
Black flag is for
This is
us.
the only operational
we
wheel I
better
have
start
right
looking
now.
like we belong here. Get
That's
your
what I'm
act
getting at.
together. Otherwise, they're going to pull us out of qualifying.
I don't like cars that don't shift when I tell it to shift.
Yes.
Even if I'm wrong. Blow the motor then, I'll learn. But don't ignore me. I'm the driver. I am El Capitan. Yeah, that's the thing with modern cars. I feel like as a driver, everything you're doing is a request. Okay, car, I would like you to apply the brakes now.
Yeah.
Right.
I think this is an improvement though from the spec Ford racer where it took 10 laps to heat up the tires.
Right.
Yeah, cold tires, this thing is really...
Getting that password out there for our viewers, Real Gear 99. That'll get you into the session tonight. And that BMW M4 GT4 here at Indianapolis Road Course. Have several drivers out on track right now. Elvis Rankin, the youngster, holding down that 133.324 at the top of our leaderboard right now. Tyler Vickery still holding on to P2.
Oops, sorry.
With that 134 flat. He's hustling out there trying to get that time down a little bit further.
I improved, Kevin. I decided that I wanted to go a little faster.
Well, let's just see how much faster you went. Good. Gertie, a 132.959 on the board now for Mr. Rankin. Good. Man, I'll tell you, that guy, he knows how to get it done and leaves us all hanging with setup adjustments and trying to figure out where those times are being picked up. That's amazing. 1 second gap now over P2 Tyler Vickery. Elvis showing us once again talents with his feet and inputs on that wheel, man. He can sure get it down out there on track.
Alright, I'm gonna give away one tip with this car with this flaw I'm gonna give away tonight.
Okay.
Don't get the rear end loose or else you lose time. You just have to keep the car. You have to stay under the limit. You can never go over.
You have found the trick. That is the trick with that car. Yep. Are correct, sir.
But I did decide to go a tenth and a half faster, so that's fun.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Push-ups, buddy.
No more. That was a fad.
What?
Just a fad.
Wait, what?
I love it.
That's
A
great.
fad?
Yep. Comes and goes like the wind.
Wait, what's the new rule now?
There
The
are
new
no
rule
rules.
is there are no push-ups. They have been negated from the program.
Oh, okay.
Ben Worthen, what up, buddy? You guys want to hear a funny story?
Absolutely.
So my buddy Ben Worthen, who just came into the chat, he has a nice old school M5 back before BMW kind of changed the way, you know, the original M5 I call it.
Oh, sure.
And he had just gotten really nice exhaust on the thing, you know, and it sounded great. But he had literally just got it, and he, you know, like you can't hear the exhaust from inside the car, right?
Sure.
So we're at Long Beach. We just finished watching Long Beach Grand Prix, you know, and that's the hour when, you know, the witching hour. Everyone's drunk and leaving the track, and the cops are out in full force, right? You know how
Of course.
after events look.
Oh, yeah.
And so we go up to my buddy. It's an E39 M5. Thank you, Ben. And so he's like, hey, man, can you do me a favor? I just want to hear my exhaust. Can you just drive my car around the block? I'm like, sure, no
Funny,
problem.
Okay.
So I jump in. Now, when your buddy, you know, fellow car guy says, can you drive my car so I can hear the exhaust? Well, he didn't want to hear it at 1200 RPM, right? You know,
course
I want
not.
to hear my exhaust, right? So I just launched this thing. And I go down, and I get to the end of the street, and it's like a stoplight four-way. And I'm like, go around the corner, go around the corner. All of a sudden, cops behind me light me up. And I'm like, what the hell? Anyway.
Oh, no.
My tip, yeah. And I'm like, oh, great, I'm going to jail. Now, I don't drink. So, like, there was none of that problem. But still, you don't want to get pulled over right then because they assume everyone's drunk. And everyone's being an idiot in their cars, right?
Of course.
Well, they're not far off there, but okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
right?
You kind of walked into that one, Shaun. Or drove into it, as I should say.
So the cop walks up to me, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm going around the corner to pick up my buddies. And he's like, you do realize you're going the wrong way up a one-way street, don't you? Long Beach is all one-way streets everywhere. And I'm not, I mean, I'm from LA, but I'm not from Long Beach. And I just wasn't paying attention. Anyway, not only did he pull me over going the wrong way down a street, but I was about to make a right onto another one-way street going the wrong way. And he prevented another one by pulling me over, actually.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
And the funny thing is, he's like, all right, well, be careful. Get on your way home. Man, I was doing like 95 in this BMW up civilian streets, just like as loud as I could make the car go. And he just, he was just like, all right, keep it cool and get out of here, you know. Some one-way streets around, heads up.
Boy, did you luck out.
The luckiest day ever. And meanwhile, Ben and my buddy Troy are sitting there on the curb.
That is hilarious.
Waiting. You know, I should have been back in like, what, 30 seconds, 3 minutes at the most?
Sure, right.
Now
it's probably like,
yeah,
he took my car.
He crashed my car, you know, because I know he heard me from 3 blocks away in this BMW, and then all of a sudden it came to a stop. And then there was silence, and then
That is funny. Oh, what a great story. That's great.
That car is so much more fun to drive than this BMW M4, by the way.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. Well, that car had a proper stick shift, so when you asked for a gear, it gave it to you.
Ah, gotcha. I love it. I love it.
Oh. All right, I'm going to walk away for a moment. You know, I have my air conditioning. I have a portable in this room now. You can probably hear it humming. And,
I do, just a little bit in the background.
Yeah, it keeps my room cold, but something about the summer heat, like your air conditioning thinks you're cold in certain spots, but then you feel the heat come through the walls, and you're like, yeah, air conditioning's kind of doing it. Can't remember what about John's split window. My buddy has a Corvette that he put a fake split window on. Had a Corvette.
Hey, Shaun, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what's that?
Can you push Control R?
Control R? Oh, so I can see your car?
Yeah. Just so then nobody gets mad.
Oh, we're going to see the debut of your Orion paint?
I guess so. I did not realize it was showing up for a different one.
Trading paints is slow sometimes. The last endurance race, I never got paint jobs.
If I hop in the car.
It was putting like 3 paints on one car. It was really disturbing. Everything looked like a Salvador Dali paint job.
Jeez.
And this was for the Spot 24?
This was actually the last one. The one that I blocked out of my brain.
Recent?
Yeah, the one that I blocked out of my mind somehow.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, let's just, should we bring it back?
We've had some really bad last couple endurance. Our team's been good to go every race, and we've just been royally ruined by the rest of the people. It's been very depressing.
Hey, last time we did Spot 24, we got taken out lap 3. This time I recovered though.
We the whole field got taken out on the 3rd corner. The whole
Oh, that
field.
sounds like fun.
Oh, it's so stupid. So stupid.
Like from first on down?
Oh, it was you, me, and John, not you, me, and Troy. That's right. That was right. Yeah, you know, I'm really upset we didn't get to do Long Beach this year.
What the? Is trading paints this buggy?
Sometimes. Usually not in a room of this size.
I would usually just close and reopen inside.
Well, I can't really do that. I see Tyler's. That's definitely not a iRacing paint scheme.
Oh, that is not Craig's setup shop. That car looks creepy. It scares me.
Which one is this now? Let me take
Number
a glance.
5, the Craig setup shop car.
Oh.
That's Craig's.
Are you in? Yeah, that's mine that won't refresh. You're in, that's you right there. How come it's not giving me your paint job?
It's probably because I completely forgot that I had an Orion paint job and I override it. Here, let me try and back out and come back in since I'm this pair.
Alright. Oh, Chris Generelli's in here. Andrew White's in here. Cool, cool. Good luck, you guys.
Yeah, great to see all those guys. Absolutely. This is wonderful. In that password tonight, Real Gear 99. That'll get you into the session here. We are at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course tonight here on iRacing. And we are listed in the hosted sessions section of iRacing. That's where you can find us. Look for Frank Rico as the session name or facilitator, if you will. Frank puts on these events every month for the Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday Challenge. So we get together and get quite a few of us, anywhere between 35, 40. Sometimes we've had up close to 60 drivers come out here and compete against each other to try to get into that final event that we do at the end of each one of these qualifying sessions, or what we refer to it as the Hot Lap Humpday Challenge. So 3.5 hours of qualifying. And then in that last 30 minutes, we set up a little race, and we'll take some of the top drivers on the board. We may take just the top 3 drivers on the leaderboard. We may take the top 5. We've taken as many as 8 or 9. So you never know who we're going to put into that final race, but it is always fun to come out and just do some laps. You know, we do so much preparation for racing and different events that we're involved with, whether it be a league or an iRacing sanctioned event. And then it's nice to actually get out and just do some hot lapping for a change and see how you can fare against some of your other iRacing competitors. So come on out and join us for the Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday Challenge for August of 2020. This is round 8, of course, for this year. And we do have drivers that are in Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday Challenge Championship, where you can register in the first 4 months of the year. Registration is closed now for 2020, but those drivers are out here competing for different points that they get, bonus points for finishing in certain positions, and we have a joker point for those drivers as well. So they're all accumulating points. Elvis Rankin is one of those drivers, and Tyler Vickery is another one of the championship drivers. So it's great to see both of them out there competing against each other this evening. Well, let's jump over and see how Mr. Robby Unser is doing in his BMW M4. Recently acquired M4, I'm sure, Robby?
Yeah. We're just at it about an hour now.
Oh, that the car is, boy, it still smells like a new car, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I've wrecked it 3 or 4 times, so it doesn't drive like a new car.
Well, I see. You have found how easy it is to replace the parts. It's like a one-button push, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, that makes it easy. My racing mechanics, very good. They do a good job. Very long.
Wonderful.
So I'm going to ask you a question, Kevin.
All right, go right ahead.
So I barely cut turn 1, right? And Shaun, great job leaving your headset on me. It's like, hear myself.
Yeah,
And
if you even touch that curb on the right, it gives you a short.
a
Yeah.
2-second slowdown.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's a big one. You're better off to miss that one, like I need to tell you, but miss that one and trim the next one. Follow me?
I always
Yeah,
miss
yeah,
the braking
true.
point, so I always overshoot it now. I'm also very triggered because this paint job's not showing up.
Now we're getting some drivers coming in this evening. We got Russ Ruddock joining us from the Extreme Motorsports Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Great to see him out here tonight in that BMW, and I believe Russ is only one of 2 drivers that drive the BMW in the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. So he's going to take advantage of this tonight because that series is actually coming here, I believe, on September 21st. For those of you that are curious about the series I'm speaking of, you can catch it on Apex Racing TV every Monday night at 8 o'clock. You'll see one of the 3 Ricmotech championship series that they have. The Classic Sprint Series that airs on one of the Mondays each month. That includes the Global Mazda MX-5 and the Ford Mustang FR500, the car that's used at VIR Raceway for driver training. Yeah, that Mustang FR500, a really fun car to drive. And so multi-class racing in that Ricmotech Classic Sprint Series that runs on Monday evenings. And then on the Monday after that, you'll find the Ricmotech Sports Car Series featuring this car right here, the BMW M4 GT4 class. It also features the Porsche Cayman. Those 2 go up against each other in the GT4 class, and then you'll find the TCR Audis in that Ricmotech Sports Car Series. So big battling going on there, and a huge field with both of those classes, nearly 60 cars in that series that runs every 3rd Monday of the month. And then we have the Ricmotech GT Challenge, man. That is a great series featuring some of the high-powered cars out there on track in the GTE and GT3 classes. Again, you can catch that series every Monday night on Apex Racing TV, 8 p.m. Eastern. Got an eye on Elvis Rankin out there and his fancy new Orion-sponsored BMW M4. Not the typical car for Elvis. He typically runs that Porsche Cayman in that Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Elvis doing really well in that championship right now. Good to see Kenneth Estep joining us tonight. Andrew White and Chris Ganarelli meeting us out on track for the Hot Lap Humpday Challenge here for August of 2020.
Kevin, I'm assuming the track's getting colder, right?
Yeah, the track will cool off as the afternoon goes on. We'll be hitting about 6:30 p.m. when we start setting up for that final race tonight. See who's going to walk away with that Ricmotech Racing Simulators t-shirt tonight. That's what we're giving away for the driver that finishes at the top of the leaderboard and manages to win the final event. They'll be coming away with that beautiful Ricmotech high-performance sim racing equipment t-shirt. Really neat saying on the back of it. It's a lot of fun. You'll have to go on the website and check it out there at ricmotech.com. And while you're there, take a look at all of the beautiful Ricmotech sim racing accessories they have. Everything from the starter kits for drivers just getting into sim racing all the way up to the full-blown rigs. Be sure to check out ricmotech.com. I know Frank will appreciate you going down there and checking it out. Typically, we have the same contest going on at the Ricmotech facility, but unfortunately with the COVID situation right now, we're having to run that silent and just do the online version here of the Hot Lap Humpday Challenge. So only one t-shirt being given away each month to the online driver that manages to capture that final event here in the Hot Lap Challenge.
Hey, Motion Motorsports, what do you mean? I'm back.
Oh, great to see you, Shaun. Yeah, what Motion Motorsports? Give us the read on, or a little more info on that. Are we not coming across clear? Is it an issue with our mics?
Oh,
Or is it just an issue with
And then
us?
Shaun left his mic wide open, so then there was a bad echo.
Oh, mine is crackling. Why is mine crackling? All right, stand by. Let me see if I can correct that.
Shaun, you have no face cam, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're...
It's best that way.
All right, let's see how that is now. Is that coming across a little clearer?
Staticky.
Still staticky. Why is it staticky?
Yeah.
Huh.
Ooh, Climber's up to second.
Oh, look at that. I said it earlier that Mr. Climber was going to work his way up the board there with a 133.458, taking over P2 there. Closing in on that Mr. Elvis Rankin in that number 3 tonight.
I also improved, Kevin. I improved it.
Yeah, we'll work on that motion. If that's what you're talking about, the crackling, could have been my open mic. I have my air conditioning blowing right where I left my microphone, I believe.
Come on, Kevin, get on track. Get on track. I see you in the car. Come on, go.
Oh, 7th gear.
All right,
What
we
the
have
hell
some
was that
movers and
for?
shakers on the board here. Elvis Rankin coming in with a new time for him with a 132.678. David Climber, man, he shot up the board there all the way up to P2 with a 133.458. Great to see David out there having some success tonight in the old BMW GT4. Tyler Victory running really strong tonight in that number 5 with a 134 flat. Still holding on to that time from a little while ago, so great job there. Shaun Cole moving up a little bit here, moving up to a 134.469. Now just 4/10 out of that podium spot here this evening. And of course, I'm going to go over some of the rules for some of the drivers in here. We see a couple new faces here tonight. We will have 3.5 hours of qualifying. That's right, when we hit that 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, we will clear the track at that time, and we will round up the top, well, we're going to say top 5 drivers now. Top 5 drivers will be in tonight's event. So the top 5 on that leaderboard will have an opportunity to race in the final 12-lap event here at the Indy Road Course tonight. And of course, we're racing as we always are for that Ricmotech Racing Simulators t-shirt that has that great humorous Simp saying on the back of it. That we always let everybody go to the website and check that out. Of course, we'd rather you just purchase it to find out what it says on the back, but it is fun. I get a lot of compliments on mine wearing it out and about. But great to see everyone tonight for the August edition here of the Ricmotech Hot Lap Humpday Challenge, the 3rd Wednesday of every month. We've been doing it for over 3 years now, so come on out and join us every month, 3rd Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, you're still crackling, Kevin.
Wow. Does it change as I'm doing this? I'm moving a cable on the mic here.
No, it sounds like a buffering issue, or like an internet, or it doesn't sound like a wiring issue.
Okay, stand by.
God, I hate this corner right here. This one I'm just crawling on. Ah.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see what we're getting now.
Sounds good. We'll see if it opens up again.
Okay, all right.
Oh, Elvis, I'll have to see if I can
Somebody's
see your car.
mic is stuck open here.
What up, Ken? What up, Dubstep?
You gonna jump in here? I
Andrew,
would just
we're
like to
using
say, Kevin,
TeamSpeak,
I'd like
actually.
to
Yeah,
make
go
you
ahead,
feel
Elvis.
even better about your big prank earlier. It got Rob Hartley too.
Oh, we did, huh?
It got Rob too.
All right, excellent, excellent. Yep. Shaun Andrew saying hi to you there in the session.
Hey, Andrew.
Okay, wow, why is John getting a cutting the course penalty?
For cutting the course, perhaps? That'd be my first guess.
Don't know. Don't want to speak up.
Kevin, can you queue up one more time in game since now you're muting yourself and talking?
Oh, this car.
Thank you.
I need more volume out of this car if I'm going to enjoy myself. Turn. Oh, missed it again. I am all over on the line. Can I crank up my audio? This car is really quiet. It's not even fun when it's that quiet. We'll see if we can get Elvis's car. Let's look at Elvis. Where's Elvis? There he is. Nope, still in a black BMW. Let's try Control R.
I literally deleted the backup files as well for trading paints, so it's a trading paints problem.
Does it say is it my trading paint? But no, we already saw Tyler's car. We know that was working.
It's try closing and reopening. That's what I think would fix the problem. I'm a trading paints expert.
So you just killed my stream, so this better work.
Wait, what?
Password is Real Gear 99. Oh, when I leave the room, we kind of go to black screen instead of
Oh, well, you should. I mean, you can just Alt Tab, can't you?
Alt Tab. That doesn't reset
Or Windows
iRacing.
D.
That doesn't.
No, you just have to click Control R in iRacing.
Oh, I did that 1,000 times. It hadn't worked.
Yeah, but you have to re-update the trading paints, and then you click Control R and it fixes itself. You didn't know that?
Trading Paints looks for new cars, doesn't it?
That's what the Control R is.
Yeah, I did that.
You have to refresh the actual trading paints application.
That's not Control R.
Yeah, go close the application, Shaun, and reopen it. Make sure it's closed in your sys tray.
I've reset the game. Password Real Gear 99. I've reset the game. That should take care of it. It'll research
that'll
all the
do it.
cars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Real Gear 99 will get you into the session tonight. REALGEAR 99. And that'll get you into the garage. We have quite a few garages left here this evening. We have about 10 or 12 cars out there tonight. Getting it done in this
Right.
BMW M4. I'm a big BMW fan myself, so I'm enjoying watching these guys out here battle it out tonight. 3.5 hours of qualifying, or hot lap competition, if you will. We're going to take the top 5 drivers and put them into that final race here this evening. We're going to do 12 laps tonight around the Indianapolis Road Course. That's going to be Elvis misses the entry to turn 1 there. This will be quite a tricky race, man. These cold tires with this car. Turn 1 is going to be insane. So looking forward to that showdown once we get the top 5. Because typically the top 5 drivers on the leaderboard are usually within just a few tenths of each other. But we
There
could
we
have
go.
quite the show tonight.
I got it
All
now.
right, Shaun, you back up. You got it all up and running. Paints are there.
There's the Orion paint job.
There it is.
There you go.
Finally.
There you go.
Woohoo!
However, Mike. Oh, what are you barking at, Max?
What, Robbie? Oh, I got signed by a pro team. That's the team name.
Yep. Orion.
I if I'm allowed to shout out the sponsors, then sure.
Real life sponsor or real life cars?
Both sound.
Is it me or is Robby really quiet?
I don't know.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we're sponsored by HPP pedals, and I think Shaun's done a review on those pedals. Haven't you, Shaun?
Yep, those are awesome pedals.
We're sponsored by HPP, Joel Real Timing. There's probably a couple of them.
HPP are the only pedals I've ever tested that can rival the Ricmotechs.
HPP, have you tested Husenblugans?
Yeah, those aren't, in my opinion, are not as good. They're load cell, they're not hydraulic.
The Husenblugans are loads? Orion.
I can't hear Robby at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'll fix it on my end. It's probably on my end.
Yeah, everybody out there in Simpit land able to hear Robby Unser. His mic is in the next county, James says. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to have to...
How about now?
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh, Robby.
See? Thank you.
Man.
That's what we needed, is some help with people that know what they're doing.
Hey, thanks for joining us, buddy. Great to see you, man.
I got a little more sound out of the game.
So, do you know, like, this HyperX, the mic has two directions I can use it. Follow me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which way do I want it pointed at me?
I would, was it a left boom that comes around?
Yeah.
I would put it about a half an inch in front of your mouth.
Well, I mean, no, but the boom, I've got a thing to where there's one hole or a bunch of holes. Follow what I mean on the mic.
I think the bunch of holes.
Like there, is that any better?
I couldn't notice a difference.
No, go back to the other.
How about now?
That's
1, 2,
better.
3. Okay.
It's probably changing it from a directional to an omnidirectional line.
Yeah, that's what I think is happening.
Yeah, it's much more focused on your voice the way you have it right now.
Okay.
Man, we have some terrible mics in this.
My mic's still crackling, or is it better now?
Or Kevin's is crackling. I'm hearing a really bad noise. I'm trying to figure out if that's in this room or not.
Shaun is bleeding over. His mic keeps popping open.
That's what it is.
Yep. I'm crackling again, huh?
Oh, you've been crackling, buddy.
I'm just gonna tell you, I hate this car and track.
Is it worse than the V8 supercar at Mount Panorama?
Yes.
Oh gosh! Oh wow!
Really? That bad? I don't think it's that bad.
Like, it's a really boring, unfun car to drive.
It's very, yeah, it's troublesome.
Yeah, it's a definite. It takes some seat time to really get the feel of the car. There's no doubt about it.
And it sounds like a kazoo.
It does.
Okay, thanks, James. Hey, I'm tweaking with it here, trying to figure out what's wrong. Just put a new XLR cable. I think it's something I have set in TeamSpeak. Something is creating the interference.
I'm happy with that one.
Oh, man, unbelievable. A 132.324 now 1.1 seconds ahead of P2 David Clymer. Is Chris's name Generelli? Is that how he's pronounced?
Yeah.
Generelli? Yeah. Chris Generelli is up there in P3 with a nice time, a 133.963, bumping Tyler Vickery down with his 134 flat. Actually improved on his 134 flat. He had come in with, I believe, an 056, now down to an 007. Right there on the heels of breaking into the 133 times. Shaun Cole now finds himself resting in P5 of 134.110. Russ Roddick running strong here tonight. That number 95, getting a real nice time there with a 134.481. Great run out of Robby, or out of Russ this evening. Robby doing well also. He's right behind Russ there in P8 with a 134.513. So, man, the 34s really stacked up. We have 5 drivers now in that 134 time bracket up on the leaderboard. And we're going to take 5 drivers tonight to that final race event. We'll have 12-lap race. We'll start, it'll be a rolling start. We'll get these drivers ready to go for 12 laps of challenge in this BMW GT4. A little warm out there on the track tonight. Track temps are up a little bit, but they will start falling as the afternoon moves on into sunset here as we get close to our final race event.
And Andrew, I don't have any tips on the setup. I'm terrible at setup, so all I've done is take some fuel out. I think I'm running like 7 gallons or so. So that's all I've done.
Kevin's the setup expert.
Yeah, Kevin, did you make a setup for this one?
You did. I shared it.
Yeah, I shared it.
Oh.
You should have it. Yep.
Yeah, let's try that. You share it for everybody?
I did not. I did not. I just shared it to you guys. I can. Yeah, let me share that to everyone.
Oh, good. I left the room and came back in. Andrew, so Kevin's going to share a setup. It might be a good starting point for you. So if you go to garage.
All right, drivers, I have put a setup out there in the garage for all of you to take a look at and try that setup and see how that feels out there for you. It's just something I tweaked and adjusted a little bit for Indy here, but it may require a little more tweaking. I have a whole lot of time to work with it, but give it a shot and see how it feels. Again, there is a shared setup in the box there for you.
If you like it, be sure to save it if you like the setup.
All right, Kevin, question.
Sure thing. Great to see
So
you out tonight. David Clymer, see you moving up the board there. That 133.425. Great job, David. And that number 242 tonight. Elvis in that number 3 still holding on to that 132.324, although he did improve on his earlier time. So he's getting close to that 131 mark. Hard to believe. Did not think that would come about. Chris Generelli, great to see him out there tonight. Coming in with a 133.761 in P3. P4 is held by Tyler Vickery in that number 5. He's still running strong. He did improve on his 134 flat, so great to see him out there running strong tonight. In that number 39, of course, Shaun Cole with 134.110. We do appreciate Shaun being out there with us this evening, as always, and putting on a great show for our Hot Lap Challenge each and every month. Third Wednesday of each month is when we put these events on, so make sure to put it on your calendar for the month of September, as we will surprise you again with another track and car combination. You never know what it is until we actually put the room up. So it's always fun to come out here and just do some hot lapping and hopefully land in the top 5, because that's what we're going to take to our final 12-lap race tonight to see who can win that Ricmotech Racing Simulators t-shirt this evening.
Kevin.
Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, I got a copy. Go right ahead.
So what do I do? My steering wheel does not follow my steering wheel. So the steering wheel on my sim is moving faster than my game wheel.
Okay, so what's happened is you have your rotation set differently in the game. So in game, you could have it set for 540, and in the in the software of the wheel, and then in the sim you have it set say 60, or you have it set for 900.
How do I fix that? The steering wheel range is 902 right now.
It's 902 right now. So let's do this. Let's just go ahead and try recalibrating the wheel. we'll go ahead and just click on steering and go ahead and do the whole calibration setup. See if we can get it real on. You'll want to take it all the way to full lock, both directions, and then back to center.
What wheel do you have, Robby?
Well, it's mini mine, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Kevin, you know how to use Mini Mine, right? Or you've used it?
Yeah, I have, absolutely. Oh, I do.
So, just make sure that I don't know if, because on the Fanatic, on the 2.5, they have a setting where it's automatic setting for the wheel for like the range.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So you
don't.
set the wheel,
yeah.
you set like in iRacing, you set the wheel range to 900, but then it kind of just calibrates for how far you want to go to.
Okay. That got better, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
mine's
line
at
it up now?
902. Better, yes.
Okay, all right.
It's like the steering in the game was, I guess, slower. You know, I wasn't working my hand as much.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you have a lot
Yeah,
of
that
front
felt
brake
better.
on this? What's going on, Kevin?
I had to go to rear
Yeah, like the...
from Kevin's settings. I had to move to the rear a little bit.
Yeah, you can bring it back a little bit. Yep. That will help. The wing on this car, I mean,
I got it at 0. It's Indy.
yeah, it's Cindy. I mean, you can bring it down. You're just going to have to be very
Wait, you guys are
careful
running
on the road.
0 wing?
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
Oh. Sure. What does that have to do with anything?
You guys are crazy if you're running 0 wing.
You've never been
Why?
told
What the
that
heck is
before,
this,
right,
Le Mans?
Robbie?
Bro,
Yeah.
no,
This is
I'm
the
dead
longest
serious. When we ran
straightaway
Le Mans,
in the
I ran a 5 wing.
Okay, well, I mean, I can't argue with you. You're first, so. But I don't see you sharing your setup with us, so we're figuring it out on
Yeah.
our own.
Have fun dying through the corners. And thanks for reminding me to change my wing.
Oh, so he can go even faster.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Well,
West wing is really tricky and cold. Extra
Yes.
cold.
Oh, that's for sure. Yep, that's for sure.
I didn't even try anything other than that. It's Indy. I took it all out. I mean, what else do you do? The longest straightaway on any place in the country.
Yeah, true.
See, I know Kevin would know who this person is. Dennis Savretic
Oh, yes. Is Dennis
said...
coming in?
No.
Oh.
Dennis Savretic said that he was running his wing on 3 or 4, and he said he never should go below that because it's worth 4 kph, and that's like not worth it for how much you're gonna lose in the corners.
Yeah, right, sure. Yeah,
Probably just need
You
all
mean
that
on
right
top
back.
speeds? So he's saying he wants a 3? What's the lowest he said?
well, you're at 0.
You're at 0. You have the least amount of downforce. You're going for like a straight line speed
Keep
kind of
on
thing.
leaning on that
Yeah.
corner.
So there's 1 to 5.
Yep. Try 3, Robbie, and see if it helps you in the corners. See if you pick up some lap time just because of the increase in downforce in the corners.
Kevin, does dropping the rear end make the car more stable like the Mazda?
Just a
That's
little
in the
bit.
long corners.
Yep.
Can you remind me how to do that?
Click to the right on spring perch offset.
Yep.
And then watch your ride height to make sure it's going down.
Robert Hart. Coming to
Good to
kick
see
everything.
Robert coming out to join us. There we go. Yeah, Robert always brings some excitement to every challenge that we have, whether it be an event in the Extreme Motorsports next year. challenge each month, but it always brings his best game to the table, for sure. He'll be getting it done this evening out here. No doubt about it. We'll see my dam tonight. Like to see a few more of the regulars out there. See Ross Roddick. Look at Ross up there with a 133.671. What a time out of Ross here tonight. Oh, we have a new time out of Russ Roddick here this evening. What a run in that number 95, going all the way up to P3. Jumping up that ladder quickly with a 133.671. Great time out of that number 95. Now we see iRacing veteran Robert Hartley joining us here this evening from the Extreme Motorsports Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Also a driver in the GT Challenge, as well as the Classic Sprint Series. Robert past champion in 2 of those series, actually. So great to have Robert out here on the track with us tonight. So we'll see what kind of time he can punch into the board up there at the top.
Are you, Chris? Well, I wouldn't buy a track just for Hot Lap Humpday. I'd only buy it like if you're going to run the Indy 500 or something else. I mean, at least with Indy, it has an oval and a road course, which is good. It is a great track, so I'd never discourage anybody.
Kevin,
but it's
yes.
tough to
can I ask you to clear my black
someone
flags because for some reason
buy
this
the
keeps
track
disqualifying me.
just to run this event with us. Just noticed one of my rubber bands died.
Thank
I'll
you.
be right back, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, the Skirtney is kind of like,
Groot.
I don't know how to put it, like, glitchy for the open qualifying, because if you try to slow down and wait for someone or something, it doesn't work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it will DQ you for slowing down. It won't even DQ you for, like, doing donuts or something.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay. I'll have to remember that. I'll need to turn that down next time.
Or just turn it off. I mean, what does it do?
Yep.
It's like, I know for some, if you spin out too many times,
Yeah, just keep
it will DQ you.
lighten up their tires and the thing. Sure. Real Gear 99 is our password tonight for our viewers out there that are checking out the old BMW M4 GT4 here at Indianapolis Road Course. That's right, we're doing the dance inside the oval here tonight and paying tribute to the Indy 500 coming up. So great to have all of our favorites and regulars here each month coming out for the Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday Challenge, 3rd Wednesday of every month. We put this event on. Frank Rico down there at Ricmotech just keeping us sim racers busy out here with all of these different events that they put on. And of course, the Ricmotech Championship Series that airs every Monday night on Apex Racing TV. The 3rd Wednesday, we have the Hot Lap Humpday Challenge. Looking forward to bigger and more exciting things coming out of Ricmotech here as we move into the fall. And know a lot of things are in the works in the background for 2021 with the Ricmotech company. So we're looking forward to a lot of neat things coming out of Miami, Florida there from Ricmotech this year.
All right. I went to the bathroom and thought I'd be right back when my dog attacked me and wants to go out. So I'm going to step out.
Okay, all right.
Your mic is still crackling.
Yeah, I'm going to see. Hey, give me 1 second, Shaun.
Okay. Well, I'm going to step away. Hopefully it'll clear away.
Yeah, hopefully it'll clear out. All right, thanks, buddy.
All right, bye. Oh, gas. No, I'm not grooving on the car at all. I don't want to complain about it at all, but I'm just, this car and me are not getting along. I don't like the shifting on it. The handling is very odd. It's not a rewarding car.
Or what do you think it was?
I guess lately I've been very sensitive to cars that I enjoy driving and cars that I don't enjoy driving, and I haven't quite found the groove with this car. It's got a lot of body weight transfer. A lot of body weight is what it feels like you're dealing with at all times. So under braking, it doesn't want to really do much. On turning, it doesn't do much, and then you step on the gas and it gets loose on you. But it's not like it's a fast car. So no, I'm just still trying to come to terms with car handling.
Robbie, I see you looking at
That's
that
about it.
setup.
So hopefully we'll get in the groove here in a minute.
Gotta do something.
Yeah, Kevin's having a mic issue. Hopefully he'll get that resolved. I'll be right back. I leave you guys with Elvis Rankin sitting #1 on the leaderboard. All right, Max, let's go. Let's go.
Boy, if you could get the back end of this car, if you could get this car to turn with a settled back end, it might not be a hideous piece of crap.
Well, you know, an idiot piece of crap is a strong word for this car.
Really, you think so? I thought that was a little light.
Well, looks like Russ maybe getting a little bit of draft here coming to the line. Let's see if he's going to be able to pick up some. Whoa, man, he went right. Oh, let's see. He was able to nail out of that one. Oh, not quite, not quite. Not able to improve on his time there, but man. Oh, that was an outlap. I see. Yep, that was an outlap. Boy, what a shame. He had a good run. How is my mic now, Robbie? Am I clear again?
You still have a little crackle.
Just a little crack.
Yeah.
It's when he really likes the parenthesized letters.
Man, I'm not even running anything but iRacing. I'm not running Z1, I'm not running any of my other software, any of my dash software. I'm not driving, so I don't have any of what could be causing.
Kevin, are you sure it's getting colder?
Yeah, it actually is. Let me pull up some data here. Yeah, so we have track temps 90 degrees right now. I mean, we still have a couple hours yet. That sun will start setting and start shading some of this track a little bit. Times to start picking up. Again,
Well,
real
for
gear
someone.
90. Oh, so yeah, for someone, right, right. I know. Yep.
Probably
that
not
wasn't even
me.
you? Oh, it was someone in an identical car to you.
Real Gear 99 will get you into the session tonight. If you're watching the Simpit show, we do want to thank Shaun for bringing the Simpit to the Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday Challenge taking place here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course this evening. Out here in the BMW M4 GT4, watching Russ Ruddock now out on track in that number 95.
Kevin, what's the password?
Real Gear 99. Real Gear 99. Ross having probably his best run in the Hot Lap Challenge. Up there in P3, 133.671, holding on strong. He's only, he's about a tenth and a half now ahead of Chris Gennarelli. Good to see Chris out here with us tonight. John Hill's now dropped to P5 with his 133.830. Our leader up at the top of the board, Elvis Rankin, in that number 3, the youngster, 132.324. Just an incredible time out there. He's sitting a good 1.2 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, that is not correct. Actually, about 8.5 tenths of a second ahead of P2 Mr. Dave Clymer, one of the Hot Lap Challenge regulars. Great to see David out tonight. Russ Ruddock in that familiar green and black Flying Tortoise Motorsports car. New paint job for Russ. Russ actually competes in this car in the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, one of 3 championship series offered by Extreme Motorsports and Ricmotech. That series in its 6th year now, be pushing 7 years here at the end of this year. Yeah, long time we've been running.
Like more than half my life.
I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah, we've been putting on sports car series events for a long time.
That is.
Yeah.
And just
All right,
keep getting better and better, don't you?
Yeah, it's we've just been fortunate to have such dedicated members and great feedback from them, and the series has just grown and grown and grown. The prize purse has grown enormously in the GT Challenge, and a lot of great things that the series really covers the gamut from the sports car series with the GT4 and the TCR Audi RS3. We have the Classic Sprint Series, of course, with the most popular car on iRacing, the Global Mazda MX-5 Cup car. That car competes in a multi-class series in that Classic Sprint group with the Ford FR500 Mustang. Those 2 cars just really do well together in multi-class racing. It really makes for some incredible race. Those 2 cars in that Classic Sprint Series, it's been the longest stretch of series that we've had at the championship group. So, yeah, really excited for 2021. We're right in the middle, actually, of the sports car series right now that runs. They're all 6-month series. The first one runs from January to June, and then July 1st we kick off the second half of the year, the Ricmotech GT Challenge, Classic Sprint Series, and a sports car series. So those rotate on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and of course broadcasted live from the fantastic group and guys over at Apex Racing TV. Watching Russ Ruddock come down into turn 1 here, trying to improve his lap time. Looks like Chris Generelli got a hold of him there, moving up into 3rd place. Let's make some announcements here to the boys in the Getting Real Gear 99. If anybody wants to come out and join us this evening, Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course and that new recently released BMW M4 here on iRacing. You can find us in the hosted sessions. Come on out. We're having a great time here tonight. We have veteran real-life driver and, of course, very well-known name from the Unser family, Mr. Robby Unser, joining us in the booth tonight. Always a pleasure having Rob with us to get some tips from him, and of course his great commentary on how much he likes or dislikes a particular combination, and of course Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Wow, what a better place to bring Robby Unser to, right? So he's out here giving his run at the old BMW M4 here on the Indy Road Course tonight.
Here comes the big cloud.
Yeah, now we're going to get some track drop here. Let's see what the latest track temp is. It has dropped 4 degrees down to 86 degrees with a cloud cover now over the track.
My mic working there, Kev?
There you go.
Good.
All right, I'm back with you, Robby, and the rest of the crew out there in the Simpit world. Great to have all of you with us here this evening as you're watching these drivers battle it out for glory and fame and, well, Ricmotech t-shirt. That's right, Ricmotech not only puts up this event every month for all of us sim racers, but they are just so gracious to give away one of those beautiful Ricmotech high-performance sim racing equipment t-shirts. Yep, that's right, you can have one. If you come out and join us tonight, Real Gear 99 is the password to the session here on iRacing. We do have quite a few garages left here. Come on out and join us. See if you can win yourself that t-shirt. It's 3.5 hours of qualifying. Of course, now we're down to the last hour and 49 minutes. 1 hour and 49 minutes remaining. At that point, we will take the top 5 drivers on the board. We may pick one more to go with that. We'll see how the evening plays out. But we are going to take the top 5 for sure into the final race showdown to see who can win that Ricmotech t-shirt tonight.
It's however far down the order Robby is.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah, glad you're learning the rules. That's good.
Yep, we're catching on. We're catching on, Robby.
Boy, I tell you what, this thing, I'm with Shaun. This is a frustrating date.
Oh, I was gonna go back. Kevin, your setup, I don't know if it was doing anything for me.
Okay, yep.
But I do. Oh, I did have that at 3. Interesting. Okay. It was the braking. The baseline was braking. I guess I can keep working on the bias, but... Alright.
Well, I hate to put more toe rear end.
What's wrong with toe in the rear end?
Grub.
Yeah, start scrubbing some of your speed on that straight. Hey now, Mr. Hart.
DM off. I'll look for that on my next break.
Yeah, try that as well. Actually, you know what, try turning that off.
So what's that?
MDM. Shaun, your mic is staying keyed open there, Bubba.
Thank you.
There we go.
Alrighty. Somehow I made a big mistake and I ran that one on the race setup.
Holy smokes.
I don't know how that always happens.
Oh, another new time out of that leader up there at the P1 position on the board, that number 3. Elvis Rankin coming in with a 132.296. My gosh. he just keeps chipping away at it up there. David Clymer holding on to 133 flat, right behind him, about 8/10 back. Let's see what he can get done here over this next hour and 45 minutes. Chris Generelli coming in P3 now, holding on to a 133.118. Another big improvement out of him there. He's wheeling his way down into the 132s. He's certainly looking to secure that spot in that final 5 drivers that will be taken into the showdown tonight. Russ Roddick still holding on to P5 with his 133.671, and good old Robert Hartley from the Extreme Motorsports Ricmotech Sports Car Series holding down P4 with the 133.413. Yeah, go ahead, Andrew. Yeah, I got you loud and clear. Oh, Tyler Maxson, great to see you out here tonight, buddy. Gonna come out and do a little GT4 running, are you?
Kevin, how does it feel?
Kevin just talk on iRacing?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I screwed that up.
So were you not hearing people talking in the sim either, Robbie? Because Russ was having an issue earlier.
I can't hear no. Talking iRacing. No.
All
Well,
teams. You have to unmute all teams.
Yeah.
where
F10, F11. Almost.
Again, for our viewers out there that want to come out and join us on track, Real Gear 99. Again, REALGEAR, Real Gear 99. That will get you into the session tonight. Get you out on track here to test your skills against the almighty iRacing Supreme that are out on track right now. We've got some top talented drivers out here competing this evening in that BMW M4 GT4 class car tonight. We're at the Indy Road Course here on iRacing. Yeah, very exciting course, a lot of fun to drive, very technical. But man, I'll tell you what, driving this BMW here, that thing is not forgiving whatsoever. Cold tires are quite the challenge. Coming out on those first couple laps, you have to just baby it, let that thing roll in the center, let those tires get heated up, and then you can start laying down some laps. Come on out, join us, Real Gear.
They say you cut the cord. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gain.
Bobby, how are you faring? You are just overjoyed with the combination choice for tonight, eh?
Well, it's not too bad. I mean, I get my butt kicked like I always do. Can't make my
Now
radio
everybody
work.
wished they picked Mazda at Sebring.
Oh, that'd be a lot worse.
I actually was excited about that one too, Elvis.
So I
Kevin will
mapped
tell you, I
my
used to hate
push-to-talk
Sebring, but I love it
button,
now.
Kevin, and it still doesn't work on. Like I've got nothing in Sim.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay. Go to options and go down to sound. At the bottom there. Click on the sound tab.
Nice one, Rob.
And then up on the top right, you'll notice the voice chat, and then right below that, in that same bracketed area where the check boxes are, there's playback and mic. Make sure that your playback is set for your headset. Make sure the mic is set for that headset. Sometimes you just have to go in and reassign them.
Okay.
But just reassign them and then hit done. And then
because it did. Can you hear me? All right. Appreciate it. So it said disconnect. It was my right thing picked, but it said disconnected.
that happens. It's weird why it does that. I don't know. It happened to me last, not this week, but the week before's Monday night racing. Andrew's looking for you, Robby.
Go ahead. I am, actually, both of them.
Not talking in the game, Robby.
Hit the NSIM button.
Yes, I am. Bobby Sr.'s son, Al Sr.'s nephew, Al Jr.'s first cousin. That was it. It's speed limit. Burrito? There's no burritos during race time.
Robby, he will eat ice cream, burritos,
Whoa,
anything during the
Why
race
are
on
you
Monday
telling me
night.
how to
Yeah,
plan?
well,
During
you know,
the race.
yeah, no, I got it. We don't have our, what we want to call that, room service set up the same way.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Yes.
Fair enough.
I will agree with you on that. Absolutely. Oh, Elvis, did you knock that time down again?
I improved it a tiny bit. I
thought
was
so,
on
yeah.
for a 1. A 1.9 or
Oh,
1.8,
man.
and I screwed the last sector. I lost like 2 tenths. I was like, ah.
Where are you at, Shaun? Ninth. I think ninth. I just don't know what his time is.
Shaun is sitting P9. 134 flat.
Come on, stop taking all the brakes. Get up on the board, bro.
I love the paint job, Robby.
Yeah, simple, black and silver.
That's cool, man. That's kind of your gig, isn't it? I love it. 7-1. Cole, now that you have returned to your race seat and back in front of your microphone, I'm going to take a short break here and step away. I will leave the festivities to you for a few minutes here. I'm going to go grab a very quick bite. I'll be back in just a moment.
Copy that.
Thank you.
Is it me or does everybody keep changing their microphone? Like every time someone talks, it seems like it's a different setting.
Shaun, is now the time for the trivia everything, Shaun.
Everybody is changing their mics. What's that, Elvis?
I just said, is now the time for the trivia everything, Shaun, and try and distract you as best as I can.
Sure.
Alrighty. So, here we go. We're going to start rapid fire questions.
Baseline?
I'm on a baseline. I'm not sure if it had 3-wing. I put a little more negative camber in the front.
Why don't you try
And
Kevin's
that's
setup, Shaun?
Kevin, I didn't like Kevin's setup.
I couldn't go either. I was too loose.
Its brakes were god awful, and it was like, wait, it'll take me longer to get this sorted than build up the one that I'm working.
Okay. Alrighty, ready, Shaun?
Yeah.
So, first question: where did you get that fabulous T-shirt or collared shirt?
I got this shirt when I met you. From Frank?
So sorry.
From Ricmotech?
From Ricmotech. There we go. Sponsor of tonight's Hot Lap Hump Surprising.
Why I wore the
Good
shirt.
shirt combination. Like it. Alright, number 2, since you've been testing a bunch of steering wheels and pedals, what is your favorite steering wheel that you've ever tested?
AccuForce. It really is.
AccuForce?
I mean,
is that what you're running right now?
Okay, so I owned a Bodner. A Bodner is like, most people would argue that's the best wheel made. Certainly the best motor made. Maybe not the same software, but no, I like the AccuForce. It has other effects that you can add to it that make it superior to all the other direct drives, in my opinion. And here's the other thing. A true direct drive wheel, a true servo motor, is really built for like a printing press or an escalator or, a conveyor belt. It's meant for massive revolutions and that. A stepper motor would be a fine motor, but it has its... Anyway, this ends up being a hybrid, and it gives you the best of both worlds. So, yeah. But you're also asking somebody who's sponsored by Sim Experience. So, as I say this...
This is fake news. Fake news, everybody!
I don't know.
Never mind, wrong question.
But I also told you why.
Wait.
But I also told you why.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So you're talking about motors, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you talking of? What, Bogner?
A Bodner is just like a Simucube. It's basically the same. It just
And compared to what I'm on,
yes, same type of motor. They're all servo motor. It just matter how many Newton meters are they built for. But that's another one of my logics. I think a lot of people are starting to get crazy about massive Newton meters. Here's something else I believe about not just motors but engines. You build an engine to do what you want it to do. So if you built a motor for 30 Newton meters, it's because it needs 30 Newton meters. And that's... Now, the other thing about motors or anything that spins is you have inertia inside of the device. So if I have a motor that's built for 30 Newton meters, but I only need 7, I'm not only pushing 23... Well, it's not 23 pounds, but 23 Newton meters worth of motor that I don't need.
Yeah.
I believe motors perform...
heavier gears and everything.
Yeah, it'd be like building a turbo engine and only running it at 2,500 RPM. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So I believe, like, I'm a big fan of the mini midge, by the way, because I think that it's actually the amount of strength we need, and any more, you're just sort of getting a workout. So as far as motors...
What's the mini midge?
I believe that's what you're on, isn't it?
Mini Mite?
Mini Mite. Yeah, the midge. Sorry, Mini Mite. It goes by midge, not mini midge. The midge or the Mini Mite. Yeah, I think honestly 7 to 12 Newton meters is about right for a sim racing steering wheel. And
Alrighty, so here we go. Next question.
You asked
What's
pedals
the
also.
worst steering wheel you've ever driven?
Oh, that's easy. It was the Sci-Tech, the Mad Catz wheel that I literally, when I got it, I just hadn't even plugged it in. I just went left and right, and it immediately stripped gears. Like, non-powered. Yeah, that was pathetic. It was the most pathetic wheel. Beyond that, I would say I had a old, again, Microsoft wheel. It was the lap wheel. It was made to, like, go over your thighs, and it was sort of stupid.
Alrighty. Next question. Who is the fastest person on iRacing that you know?
That is a very hard thing to answer because it depends on discipline a little bit as well. My top iRacers, Bono Hui, Mitchell de Jong, Martin Kroenke. You want to go historically, the Senna of our sport, the greatest of all time, Gregor Hutu. Forrest St. Clair came in the room. He's your teammate, isn't he? In his day, he was pretty fast.
He was.
Other teammates of yours, Ilka Cadasalo?
Yeah, she's hella fast. He's crazy fast.
Yeah, he's...
Sandman.
Yeah, George Sandman is one of the greatest of all time. But currently... Josh Rogers has been really...
I thought we were talking about people that you know.
Well, I've had a conversation with almost everyone we've met.
Fine, good. Okay, Josh Rogers.
I've been around a long time. I don't know. I've talked to most of these people. I've met Forrest St. Clair in person.
Pretty soon I'm gonna have to. Alrighty, next question.
This is great.
I'm trying to think now. What is your favorite car and track combination on iRacing, and why?
Ooh.
And Shaun, you're supposed to be driving while you're doing this so we can see you screw up.
I'm sorry.
That's the whole purpose.
I'm sorry. I am a really, really big fan of Spa. And I am a big fan of GT3 cars. So I think my answer to that might be GT3 cars at Spa. But I have a real... This one's going to actually make people mad. One of my other favorite combinations, hands down, is one that has kicked me in the balls. And that is the Corvette Daytona prototype at Daytona.
Wow. I would have never seen that coming.
Oh, I love... It's such a fun combo for me. It's one of my favorite times. But that car has a damage bug. So it can end your race for no fault of your own.
Go down in rating now. Alrighty, so anybody in chat that wants to ask Shaun a question, I'm looking at chat right now. If you have a question for Shaun that you want to ask, go for it, and I'll ask it to him. So now I'm just going to go for one more, and then we'll probably get one from chat. What is your worst favorite car and track combination and why?
I think it's the GT4 at Indy.
Really?
Yeah, it's because I'm 7th on the board.
Wow. GT4 at Indy. You know, I've driven way harder cars than this.
No,
That's
okay, so I am not a fan of front-wheel drive race cars.
Oh, TCR.
Yeah, so the TCR or the VW, I just don't. I mean, like, and I run Lemons, and a lot of guys show up with Civics, and it's a, you know, for an endurance race like that, I totally get it, because it's a good car to make it to the finish line. But I like a car to have a redeeming drive quality. Like, I'm a wheelman. I like to drive because it's fun. And when a car's not fun to drive, it defeats the point of what I'm doing here. I might as well go do work.
Amen.
Alrighty. We got some questions in chat now, so question is from Chris S in chat. What is the next big innovation for sim racing in your opinion?
I really believe that VR or some sort of reality is really the big Wild West, because it's what's going to change. You know, the one thing we'll never achieve in sim racing is G-forces. One of the things we'll never.
Oh, there's that already invented. It's called the Neckbuster 9000.
The what?
It's called the Neckbuster 9000. They already have that.
Is that
For
the
what?
Is that the Frex sim?
It's a Formula One. It was like a top grade simulator though.
But it didn't have G-forces.
No, it did.
So is it one of those centrifugal things?
It's like a simulator, right? And they put you on a helmet, and there's like this device. It's like two pistons, and it like moves your head back and forth,
Yeah,
and you have to
but-
fight the G-force.
No,
But-
it's
so that is the thing.
a weighted head is what you're saying. Not
More or
necessarily.
less,
Yeah.
but it will throw your head like to the right and
Okay,
and
so that's
left-handers to the
not
left and
G-forces,
right-handers.
but that is a fake. Yeah. Okay.
it's the best we got.
I don't know about that. So what I was getting at on my topic of VR is we will never have G-forces, because we can come back to your piston thing in a second, but hold on. But VR actually can trick your brain into thinking that there's G-forces going on. So I think that VR absolutely is going to be like the next 2 or 3 steps of what we get, because I don't really think we're missing very much when it comes to controls at this point, or the things that I'd wish for are too costly to worry about implementing. So I'm not a big fan of stick shifts in sim racing, and the reason is because there's nothing about it that is correct. You might as well just be playing an arcade stick shift,
Right.
throw it around. Yeah. So until I have like a servo locking me out for a bad shift, until I have grindage of gears, until I just have a real pressure plate to work with, like balance the car on a hill. You know, anybody who's driven a stick shift in San Francisco or on a hill, you know, sitting at a light knows what I'm talking about. But it's like until there's a pressure point that I can play with, I want no part of it. So
Right.
And
Which is also in the clutch pedal, not just the shifter.
yeah, exactly. And so with that, it's like, but again, that would be such an expensive thing to implement. It would be like having a force feedback clutch and shifter, and that would be 2 more force feedback devices. It's just not gonna happen. So
Well, it will. Things will start getting to where you can do it.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
I get what you're saying. It'll be later.
yeah, and then it'll be like the yin and yang of the oh, I'm supposed to drive. Sorry, the yin and yang of the hardware versus. So the hardware gets built, but then there's no software that utilize it. Then you'll get software that utilizes it finally, and then you can start getting other models. But
Right.
so yeah, but getting back to the next innovation. So again, I feel like hardware's there, in terms of wheels and pedals. We're still lacking in computer horsepower ultimately, because you know the graphics can always be better, but I don't think it's holding us back any. But
I'm gonna say speed.
Yeah.
What I noticed that's not there from real life is just speed.
and that's where I think, again, getting back to VR, I think VR will start to get our brain tricked into thinking we're pulling G's. The speed sensitivity is so much better in VR already than fixed monitors.
Right.
So, you know, and then
Okay.
and then you know, that hits into another point of something we're never gonna have, but I do it. I'd asked for this. Do you remember James Bond when they had the little missile command game in that one James Bond.
So you're asking for Mario Kart?
No, I'm asking for the game to hurt me when I crash. So you talk about that servo that knocks your head around, you know, when you're for G.
Right, yeah. So that kind of for your whole body.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd attach it to my neck, but I know that like my
boxing gloves sitting there.
Alrighty.
Punches you in the face.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit, you know.
Can't get the wife to stand there and hit you with a pillow like on Big Bang Theory.
Is there anything else we've missed on the big innovation of sim racing?
I'm sure, but hold on, is there more?
Is there anything Shaun would like to capitalize on?
Alright, yes, there is, and I mean, this is sort of corny, but they've tried it 2 or 3 times and just hasn't really flown, but I would like to be able to race against the real telemetry of a live race that's actually happening. So, well, yeah, I think it would be really fun to be able to interact with Sunday's race.
Correct.
And, you know, but then it's like, so should I be able to affect, so if I cut off Lewis Hamilton, how does that affect his race if he went on to win? You know, there's all sorts of things to figure out. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? And
well, it'd be like you could maybe ghost them.
Yeah.
Right, where you don't affect their real life, but
and I think that's where
you
I'd
could
start.
see how you relate.
Yeah, and where they all were exactly. And that would also include, like, late, you know, strategy. You know, because some guys move up on strategy, some guys DNF. So it would ever change. And, yeah, now this is not a new idea. This is something they've thrown around a few times at this point.
Yep.
It just never really has happened and taken off. And again, there are little issues to work out, details to work out. But I mean, they're all overcomable.
Right. I think that gonna be hard to interact with them.
Alrighty, I think that's the whole topic. That was, I guess you could say, enjoyable to talk about because it's what we want to see in sim racing. It's what we want to experience.
Here's the other one.
Alrighty, the next person, the next question. Remember, if you guys have a question at home, type it in chat.
I have one more innovation I'd like.
Alrighty, go for it.
What iRacing has done with the iRating and the safety rating is really remarkable. Their ranking system, their point system, the amount of database, keeping the drivers all ranked is really awesome. Number one, iRacing's been doing that for 10 years, so they could dig deeper into it and make it even more accurate. So my example, I could build my iRating up as an open-wheeled racer and be very good at it. And I could actually be very mediocre in another car if I stepped away, if that was like my number one. But I carry that 10,000 iRating into any car I go into. I think iRating should be based on cars that you run in. Because you got guys who are Mazda specialists, and they might have low iRatings, but good luck beating them.
Robert Hartley.
So I'd like to see a deeper layers of that, but I want that across the board for all sims, because as much as I love iRacing, there are a lot of really good sims, and if they all had what iRacing had going on, it would be a game changer for the competition model of sim racing across the board. So, and I think it's very important in the modern era for us to get there.
That is very good. Alrighty, we're gonna get into the next question.
Why someone doesn't hire me as a game director, I don't know. I don't know.
Alrighty, this next one is from Dave Blair.
Alright.
And I know Shaun knows who this is. Who has posted the most videos on the Simpit Crew channel?
We have a contributor for the Simpit Pit Crew that goes by the nickname Danger. Some people like to call him No Tires, but I call him Danger. And he has the most videos. I think. That would be my guess.
Okay, alrighty. So it seems there's no other questions, so I have to now think of one now.
Alright, hit me.
So, alright, I got a question for Robby. We're gonna pause Shaun's grill time now. We're gonna go to Robby.
Okay, I'm gonna drive then.
So Robbie's driven a lot of, you've driven a lot of very real life cars. So let me ask you, what's the favorite car you've driven in the real world, and where did you drive it?
My favorite car was a hill climb car at Pikes Peak, by far.
Do we know what kind of car that is?
Was it a Tacoma?
That's an open wheel.
Oh.
My open wheel that I built at Speedway Motors when Pikes Peak was all dirt.
Dude.
And yeah, that would be the best. 2 is easy, Indy.
Right.
Indy.
Indy. Alrighty, back to Shaun now. We've had let Shaun have a break. He's got
That's
back
it?
on track.
Yeah.
Shaun's got back on track now. We can see Shaun have some fun. Alrighty.
Do I know my favorite car I've ever driven?
Do you know your favorite car that you've ever driven?
Yeah, the Chotus, man.
The Chotus? Alright, where did you drive the Chotus?
I've driven it a few tracks actually, but
What was the favorite track you drove it at?
well, I drove it at Laguna, so that was pretty hard to beat.
You like Laguna?
Yeah, I do. Laguna's a really fun track. I mean, it's a short way around a track, so I like longer tracks than that in general. But, you know, one of the things, maybe why I like Spa so much, you know, when getting back to what cars I like to drive, I'm kind of the same about my tracks. So I like tracks that have a wide variety of corner types. I like elevation change. If Bathurst wasn't so narrow, it would be one of my favorite tracks, but because it's so dangerous and narrow, it's not. But so Laguna, in a very short layout, really checks a lot of boxes for me. Because you have a lot of different variety of corners, and that makes it fun. And it's a really fast track, which means it's fun.
Right.
So I've got a question for Robbie.
Hey, Frank!
Oh,
Frank
Frank's
Rico,
here.
everybody!
Frank's got to relay the question to me.
So Robbie, what is the most hated car that you've had to drive contractually?
Can you answer that question legally?
Yeah, can you answer without violating any
Race car ride, right? Really, I don't know that I've had anything I've hated.
Okay.
I'm unhappy when they're not prepared right, and it doesn't stick out what exact time, but it would have been anything to where it just wasn't done right. You know what I mean? They didn't get the car together. It wasn't safe. It wasn't that kind of thing.
Yeah, but knowing you went in there and you fixed the car.
Well,
That's probably
there's
true.
a few times I couldn't.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And
back
those
to
were
the-
one-off deals that were, like little,
Okay.
just where I never really drove much.
And then I've got another follow-up.
Uh-huh.
And I think I know the answer, and you may not be able to answer it. What's the scariest car?
Yeah,
You've had to-
Peugeot at Pikes Peak.
Oh, really? Okay.
There we go. Alright.
Peugeot Group B car up Pikes Peak scared me. I mean, like, I saw God every corner, and then some.
Group B, that's like twin turbo little box style Peugeot, like
Oh,
a 205.
yeah.
Is that what it was?
A 405.
405. Okay.
Yeah, Group B rally cars, those things that were outlawed because they just killed everything in sight when you got them out of control. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a 200-mile-an-hour car on dirt. 4-wheel steering, 6-speed gearbox, a 4-gallon tank. It ran benzene, straight pure benzene. You had to go 30 feet away
Rocket
when they
fuel.
filled it up. Not kidding. Yeah, that was.
I'm pretty sure that's what they put in rockets.
It is.
Alrighty. We got another question in chat. So this is a question for Shaun.
All right.
What is your daily driver, and what is your ideal, realistic, and functional daily driver?
Oh, that's okay. So my daily driver is very unexciting. It's a Mazda 3 wagon, which I love. It's actually my brother's, but I drive it all the time. Love that car, and it's an old one before they started making them smaller, so I can actually camp out of the back of it, which I like. So that's my daily driver. I mean, I have a really worked Datsun 240Z that's like 450 horsepower, but it sits in a garage because it's sort of stupid to even pull it out on the street. So yeah, and then as far as my answer to realistic and functional daily driver is sort of a funny answer. Do you mean like literally like a grocery getter? Because I mean, my answer to that is one of two cars. It would actually probably be a 911 Porsche, because I believe you can put a couple 100,000 miles on one of those suckers. So I mean, you could daily drive it as far as a real awesome car that you can drive every day and not live in the garage in the shop.
Shaun, I'd like to cut you off right there. It says realistic.
Oh, realistic.
A 911 is
that's
still a realistic.
Realistic, right.
Car.
Shaun, you got a deep pocket?
Yeah, well, earlier in the show, you asked why I'm on a round wheel, and I'm like, because I'm poor. So I don't think there's a 911. Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. At my age, I'm completely over, like, civilian cars. Like, I just don't care. Like, I don't know. I mean, I had a Cadillac CTS, and I loved that car. So as far as just like a car, I love my Cadillac. It was really nice car for the money, especially because I felt like it was as nice as any of the. I was a realtor at the time, and it was as nice as any of the BMWs, and far more comfortable than the Mercedes that my other realtor friends had. And so I loved that car. So yeah, I'd go with I'd get another CTS.
Yeah, they're great cars.
Yeah.
Great cars. All right, I got one more question since Kevin finally got back. Kevin, you've been missing all the Grill Shaun and Grill Robby questions now.
Oh, I have, huh? Okay.
Yeah. All right, last question we're going to ask all three of you, Kevin, Robby, and Shaun. Each of you are going to have your own opinions. What is the most technical track in iRacing for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. That is
Well,
a
to
very good
throw out some
question.
ideas, we got Mount Panorama, Bathurst. This is not that technical. Belle Isle, Sebring. There's a couple other that I'm probably missing. But what is the most technical?
I don't think you could argue. I mean, it would be hard for me to argue against Bathurst because.
Yeah, that's a bitch.
Well, that whole section coming over the top, it's like
Yeah.
you can just go full bore, right? But if you miss by a millimeter, you're done. So then, do you go full bore? Or are you lifting to 9/10 or 8/10 on that one corner because you're like, well, I know I ain't as fast, but I know I won't slam that outer wall. Yeah, I think Bathurst would be one of my picks. I'm trying to think, if I could cut COTA down to a certain
Coda's tough.
part of it. Yeah, COTA, you got to be so good with your timing, your gas and steering, and
Barber too.
yeah.
Yeah, Barber's another one. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Basically
It
everywhere
looks like
with a bunch
Chad's
of
giving us some
decreasing
answers.
radius
This is
corners.
Yeah,
Looks
I'd
like
say
Dave Blair
Barber.
threw out
Yeah,
VIR.
yeah,
That's
VIR
quite tech.
is another one. That is a very technical course.
Yeah.
Way more than people really think.
Yeah.
When you get there and you're trying to shave off, a hundredth of a second at VIR, it takes some real discipline to get that done. So, yeah.
Very hard track.
Yeah, I would say VIR would certainly be in the top three.
Somebody
Bathurst
threw
certainly
out,
there.
in my opinion, if this was hardest track, I would say this hands down is the winner.
That's
Which
funny.
one?
But
Chris.
most tech, the Nordschleife.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well,
Certainly
certainly. I think for
But
everyone.
But only because
Yeah.
it's long. I mean,
Only because it's long.
Only because
Like
it's
I
long.
think about
and
this.
those
So Le
tracks
Mans
that
is
are
longer than
technical or
Nordschleife,
short or slower.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
Barber's actually technical but fast. It's just like you could say Le Mans is pretty technical because you're going so dadgum fast all the time. You have no room for a mistake.
plus the setups you have
True.
to run for the straight line speed.
Yeah.
I would give it probably Bathurst, honestly. If you're asking me, I'd say Bathurst, but VR's tricky, Barber's. I love Barber to death, but Barber's a little tricky, like through the corkscrew.
Yeah.
Every track has their own different kind of technicality. So
Barber's
it's hard
tough
to.
because it's fast. Yeah, the fast one. Coda's another one that's fast, and you've got to be so dadgum online in that fast stuff. You know what I mean? And there's so much room at Coda, it's tough to go fast. I guess my question, which is the hardest track to go fast on?
Probably VIR. It's a hard track to go fast. Because VIR is like a track where it's like there's a couple tracks, like it's pretty much for a tech track for me. It's like, if you miss your mark by like an inch or so, you barely miss it, and you're just off in the gravel trap, or you're off in the barrier, that's a tech track because you have to be right on the money.
I think the Nords, I agree. I'm going to go with Nords to Robbie's question, because none of the corners are proper racing corners, right? It's
Yeah.
And then any mistake and you're done, because it's just grass and then a guardrail. So it's like you can't even push, and you can't apex corners there like you do a proper racetrack. And I'm not trying to take, I didn't mean that word. That word probably just really set people on fire. I didn't mean proper. That was a bad use of words. But conventional, that's what I meant.
Well, it is. It's city streets. I mean, you cut it up any way you want. I mean, that's what it is. You know.
Yeah. All right,
I would say that not to mention the focus it takes over the entire lap.
That track puts me in endurance mode on minute 1, no matter what I'm doing. All right, now I'll tell a quick story because Elvis's mom brought it up. So I didn't know your grandfather sold Cadillacs for 30 years, Elvis, but
he did.
So when I was a realtor, was getting a new car, and I was a big Subaru wagon fan, but Saab had partnered with Subaru and made their 93, I think they called it, and it was basically a Saab branded WRX wagon. And I'm like, well, I can't be a realtor in a Subaru, but I can be a realtor in a Saab. So I wanted one, and it was hard to find. It was a hard car to find, and I knew what car I wanted and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I called all over town. I'm pretty shrewd when it comes to buying cars. So anyway, I had found a place that had the car I wanted, and I made them swear up and down they had the car. And I'm like, cool, I'll come on down, and if you have it, I'll buy it. And so I get there, and the guy who talked to me on the phone wasn't there, and sure enough, they didn't have the car. It was just total BS salesman. You know, we'll just pull a switcheroo and get you a different car. So, I was mad, and I was leaving there trying to get me to stay, and I'm like, no, you lied, I'm not buying a car from you anyway, I'm out of here. So as I was leaving, the Saab dealer was right next to a Cadillac dealer, and this older sales lady sees me walking out, and she's like, hey, where you going? And I'm like, oh, I'm leaving. She's like, oh, well, did you want to drive a Cadillac? And I'm like, no. And she's like, why not? I'm like, because my grandfather only drove Cadillacs, and I just don't want a Cadillac. That's all he ever drove, as long as I knew him. And so I just didn't want a Cadillac. Anyway, she's like, have you ever driven one? And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, do you have time? Well, I did happen to have time, and I'm not a liar. So I'm like, yeah, I do. She's like, come on. And she pulls out this black CTS with tan interior, and we go on a test drive. And a couple hours later, I own the car.
It didn't take long.
No, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad they didn't have the Saab. This is such a better car for me. Anyway, yeah.
Great story.
Yeah, good old American horsepower.
Yeah, and it was one of my all-time favorite cars. All time. I've had some really great cars, and that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, they are tremendous. Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, nowadays you can go get a '68 Camaro, put independent suspension under it, and do some things like that, and oh my God,
Yeah, and
sure.
I'm so old school when it comes to cars too, so it's like I don't, and that's why I was saying I'm kind of over civilian cars. Like I don't know, give me a little, thing that gets 1,000,000 miles to the gallon, and that's all I care about when it comes to driving around and getting gas and going to the market or going,
right.
But anything else, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. That's why the Datsun lives in the garage. Like take that car out, it's just like. Basically begging to have a conversation with the cops about what I'm doing wrong.
Yep.
And I can't help it. The sound that comes off the motor is so beautiful that it must be played.
Yeah, that's what driving these pro touring cars are like. I mean, every time you push the gas pedal, it hits you in the butt. It's like, oh, you just do that all day.
I can't stop. Do it again.
Right?
Yeah. So I have to not do that anymore. Now it's just give me a car, air conditioning, and a good radio. That's what I care about.
Right?
All right, Kevin, do you want to jump in on the grill everyone in this TeamSpeak lobby before the segment ends?
Oh, why not? Let's see. We're about an hour out. Let me get an announcement done here.
Ooh, John Hill has me beat today. Look at that. Oh, this will not do. John Hill, are you watching? I can't have that. Can't have that. He's still going. Mini Cooper? That would be a good car for not looking like a dork, but having everything I just said.
What's that?
A Mini Cooper. That's like the cool version of a decent gas mileage, little grocery getter. You know, but at least says I'm still kind of cool.
Well, a little WRX is pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, and have you guys seen that, like, really, really pumped up Yaris? It's like, whoa, I did not know you could do that to a Yaris. It's like the WRX Yaris. James Russ, I have a 71 Datsun 240Z that has a Chevy, well, I was going to say 350. It's actually a 383 motor in it. That is a monster of a car. It's a little beast of a car. It is so much fun, and I've had it since 2000. But it's like one of those cars that there is no air conditioning, there is no radiator. If you get stuck in any kind of traffic, you will be sweating your ass off because the exhaust is right under you. The car is very stiff, and I'd even say painful. Like, again, if you're just driving around, it's not. The only time that car is fun, and then it is more fun than any car I've ever owned, is when you step on the gas. If you're not stepping on the gas, it is the worst car you could ever possibly be in. It's uncomfortable, I put racing seats and belts, which was stupid. But it is 450 horsepower, so I kind of felt like it needed a roll bar and belts. So it has all that. I don't know, I could probably dig up a picture of it. It's awesome. I love the car. Every time I drive it, someone tries to buy it. It's not for sale. But I don't really need it, and I don't even want it, but it's not for sale.
Alright, Kevin, I posted a video in TeamSpeak. Now, earlier we were talking about simulators not having G-forces, and I'd like you to please check that video, because I'm pretty sure there is a device for that.
I'm getting you guys pictures. If I look at pictures, maybe I'll go pull it out of the garage, just because I will start to miss it more. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So,
Kevin,
Robby,
you got a copy?
Okay, Elvis,
Yeah.
I'm going to take a look.
So, Robby,
Real quick.
is there a
Just
car
go to
that
like a minute
disappointed
52
you?
and you should be fine.
Ooh.
Car
Yeah,
that you thought was going to be really great and it was bad, or
some Porsches have done that to me. To be honest. Yeah, I'd say road racing with some Porsches.
you thought it was going to be better and then it was?
Yeah, and again, I think it might have been car prep. You follow me?
Yeah.
Because other cars, quote, just like it, seemed better.
There you go, Elvis.
But yeah, driving Porsches I thought was going to be a little more fun than it actually ended up being.
Where'd you post it, Shaun?
It's on the stream.
Oh, okay. I'm driving this.
Oh, you talking about that open wheel platform car that moves around?
No, no, no. There's something in the dimension. It's called the Neckbuster 9000. Just confirm to me that that does deliver G-forces.
You know what? How far it is into the video?
It's a minute 52 is when that segment starts.
Yeah, she's a good car. Those are Epsilon 3-piece wheels, by the way. I've had people try to buy my wheels off the car.
That's a beautiful machine, Shaun.
Yeah, it's a really good car. It's a really good car. Not for sale.
Oh, stink.
And that's a 240?
Yeah.
Okay.
First year, 71.
Okay.
Actually, half the car was like a 70. Datsun was really bad in the beginning. Their cars were not really very consistently built. So if you look at like 5 71 Datsuns, you're going to see things that are different on them. That one's obviously a Frankenstein, so any purist would not like my car much. So that was done, all that, by the way, because it's actually, a lot of people are doing this to Datsuns now. You think about the Datsun had an inline 6 motor, and it was a very heavy motor, and it put a lot of weight forward on the car. You can actually put a V8 in that car and actually move the center of gravity backward on the car. So it actually helped the balance of the car.
Wow.
That was it wasn't done by Scarab, but it was done by like a copycat Scarab company in '76 is when all that body work was done. The conversion of that car.
Right?
Yeah, it's been a Scarab form all of its life, really. 280s were awesome. One of my best friends when I was in high school had a 280, and I was so jealous of that dude more than any
That's
car.
a good handling car.
Yeah, man, and that was before I had mine, and we go to lunch, and he was like a senior, I was like a freshman, like 4 friends of ours, and I'd always be in the back of that little 280. Silver on black.
Yeah, those cars were a real gem when I was in high school.
Can we stop making me feel very young?
A friend of mine across the street bought one, and oh man, we had so much fun in that car. They just were fun to drive. You just can't get around it. They're just fun to drive.
Hey Kevin, I'm on the leaderboard.
Oh, look at that.
Alright, I will be right back, everybody. I'm gonna go say hi to my brother. He got me a while ago. I'll mute my mic so you don't have to listen to my air conditioning.
Good time.
Elvis, can you shoot me a link to that video?
It's in the Ricmotech Hotlap Sim show. Yeah, it's in there. It is in there. Kevin, did you get a chance to look at it?
I did.
Is it confirmed that it is true?
I'm gonna let Frank look at it. So.
Yeah,
Whoa.
can you repost it? Maybe you posted it before I rejoined.
But of course, just go to a minute 52. Now, Frank, if you made this kind of simulator, you'd be the best person in town. Yeah, Shaun, Forrest tells me now he's old and slow, by the way. Whenever I talk to him, and he starts to try and drive.
that our buddy Frosty?
That would be our buddy Frosty.
All right.
I'm assuming, Kevin, you've had a couple back and forth messages with him. So, Frank, do we think that's possible?
I'm still watching. Give me a moment.
So what is your little pro group racing?
What, Robbie?
What is the pro iRacing thing running?
The pro team?
Yeah, that you said.
We're running
you got-
iRacing World Championship.
What is that?
It's the world-class like, you know, like some of the drivers that Shaun mentioned earlier, some of our guys, like, they race against them. So we have
What
Ilka,
class?
he runs Pro Series. We didn't qualify this year. We've qualified every past season, ever since the World Championships became a thing, except for this year we didn't qualify.
What's the world what kind of cars?
What's the cars that they run in that?
Yeah.
The Porsche 911 GT3.
Okay, endurance races or what?
No, I'd say they're like 30, 40-minute races. Not long. I don't know how long the World Championships are.
Okay. But so you each drive a car and you're on a team, is that?
Right, right.
And I'm assuming it's one of the, like, for money on iRacing things?
No money. Just so we can get picked up by per team, so then we can race for money from the other series, but we don't get paid to be on their team.
So which series are money series right now in iRacing?
The World Championships. Those are
Okay,
the only
well, what
ways
classes
you can win
do
money.
they have, though?
Yeah, well, they have the Porsche series. Which
They're
is,
bringing back the Formula One series.
Yep, Formula One will be coming back to iRacing. But all of those World Championship series, I believe, total $400,000, close to $500,000, I think, in prize purse between all the World
Pretty big.
Championship series. It's pretty big. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, an example, NASCAR, trying to recall what their purse is. I think the champion actually wins, is it $100,000 that I think the champion actually wins?
Yeah.
Or maybe, it's
I
up
know
there.
that one's, 100,000.
Yep.
And they have it, don't they have the sprint car?
Yep, they have Sprint Series, there's late models.
Yeah, I think there's an outlaw late model.
Yep.
They run a Dirt Pro Series, the Oval Pavement Pro Series, and then they run the Road Course Pro Series, and then the Rallycross Pro Series.
Okay.
So they run one for every single discipline.
I'd love to see him get an off-road truck series going. Off-road
Wouldn't
pro
that
series.
be fun?
Oh my gosh, wouldn't it ever? Yep. Yeah, get Haley Deegan out there with us.
Off-road truck series, Kevin, and we don't have a Formula Car series or like a Porsche GT3 series. What?
I love
What?
that truck series. I love watching that series.
I
on
know,
television.
it does
Oh.
look fun.
It just
So, Robbie, if we
looks like a hoot.
brung a truck series to Extreme 99, not probably happening unless Kevin approves this, would you come and race with us?
The off-road truck thing?
The off-road truck team.
Yeah, more likely that than anything you got, for sure.
Right, right. Just for the fun of it. I know. Yeah, I'll tell you, that is something that I've thought about. I think it would be really neat to have something that unique and different to our series. So what is it? I know you're hung up on what is it? Bristol? Is that what you want? No, what Bristol? Oh, poor
For
Elvis.
anybody who does not know that's in the Simpit world that's never heard that joke, for Extreme 99, ever since I joined the league, I've always been begging them to run Bristol, and they've never ran it.
Nope.
I've always just been like, and then I stopped asking, and now they just continued the joke, Bristol, Bristol, Bristol,
That's
Bristol.
right. Of course.
It's like, I've gotten good enough at the road course now, I don't need Bristol.
Right.
So Frank,
that's
did we get a look at that video? Do we have confirmation from the both that there is a thing that it simulates G-forces?
There's different ways to simulate G-forces. I'm not a big fan of that neck movement showing that thing. I definitely would never put out a product like that for liability reasons. But it looks interesting. I have experimented with kind of pulling the driver's head around, and it does give some sensation of G-force, but it's just not worth the risk to me.
Your mic's bleeding over, Shaun.
What? I'm here.
Oh, sounded like you dozed off on us.
I can't help it. I got a lot of wind, man. I got a lot.
Yeah,
of
I'll
wind.
tell you what, a lot of air moving around in that room.
I just looked at the clock though. It's getting down to crunch time. I gotta get my.
It's 45 minutes.
Showtime.
Just under
I need
45 minutes.
I gotta get it together here.
That's right.
Get it
that's
together,
right.
Cole!
That's
Come on,
right.
Cole!
That's right, man.
Get it together, buddy!
You sound just like the voice in my head, Elvis.
Get in there! Go and put down a faster lap than me. I mean Elvis.
Yeah,
Get it
right,
together.
Right. I mean Elvis, right.
Give me better corners! Give me a better setup!
I take some nitro.
Give me some dang nitro, dude! Give me a better sounding car that does not sound like a dang kazoo!
I noticed that this car does have that Fast and the Furious, though. That one extra gear that there's no reason on earth you would ever need to touch, I can't imagine.
Right.
Oh, wait. Cold tires still.
So Frank, are you still with us?
I am.
All right, there we go. So Frank Rico here from Ricmotech.
How come no one's asked Frank what his daily driver is?
See,
Shaun, somebody just
exactly.
reminded me of what you're also thinking in your head.
What?
Give me a better car!
No,
Like a
now,
Mazda or something.
I can't complain anymore. I gotta work.
That's right. Yep. 45 minutes remaining, or well, actually 40 minutes remaining in our qualifying portion of tonight's August Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday
No more breaks!
competition. Shaun, I'm a little behind on you here, but it looked like you got a little loose coming out onto the front straightaway there.
Did you see that?
I did.
Nobody saw that cut.
Yep,
Cut.
I did. That was quite the fancy little drift groove you pulled there.
Just kept turning, man.
That's right. Yeah. It'll do that.
I did
Don't
not.
have that.
I did not request that of the car.
Yeah, of course not. Right.
Kevin,
right.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is there an invert?
Yeah, I would say maybe on that to give you a more definitive answer. So Frank, it must be odd. We're all dealing and adapting and transitioning to this new lifestyle we have here with the pandemic still around. We typically do the Hot Lap Humpday competition in your building, in an open house format each and every month that we do these. I don't think we ever expected that coming into 2020, the Hot Lap Challenge would be strictly an online event. It must be odd being there and not having customers coming in and testing out your simulators.
Yeah, there's definitely an aspect missing to all of this, but it's what we got to do for now. So I'm not upset or bothered by it. It is what it is.
Yeah, no doubt. But I bet it gives you a little opportunity to get caught up on all those orders, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Things are looking up. We're catching up on things. I don't have people constantly out because of illness or illness of family members or things like that. So it helps. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And I understand that, you know, that, getting parts and getting equipment is still been a bit of a struggle for some of the products that you carry and resell or develop yourself.
Yeah, so supply chains are still catching up. Yeah, the pandemic caused a big backup of everything. So it wasn't just that factories were shutting down.
Don, your mic's bleeding, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So, you know, in China, they have what they call Chinese New Year or the Lunar New Year.
Patience, Grasshopper.
And so they always shut down
I don't have patience.
for 2 weeks or so at the beginning of the year, around February, March time frame.
Yes. Yep.
So, and in retail, the beginning of the year is the slow season. You know, people come off the holidays, people have bought a lot of stuff, people are now getting their bills, they've bought a lot of stuff that they wanted already, they've done their after Christmas shopping, so, you know, they got
that's impatient.
they got a new PlayStation, so they bought their wheel and pedals already to go with it, and so people are all set. So, kind of the beginning of the year, February, March, April, that's a slow season in retail. And then we head into summer, and that continues to be a slow season because people are schooled out, people are on vacation, people are spending money on those things. So it isn't until later in the year when things ramp up again. So retailers, manufacturers, everybody kind of slows down their production for that time of year. So coronavirus hit when inventory levels were already low, intentionally low. And with big companies, you know, they have to forecast the inventory they're going to have. They can't just flip a switch from one day to the next and decide, hey, we need to get 1,000 of you know, this product in. They have to predict this months ahead of time.
Yeah, I think you might have to get ahead of Andrew if he wants to follow.
So all their forecasts are kind of thrown out the window. So that, and with Chinese New Year, you know, everybody, all these manufacturers, retailers, distributors, they already planned around this. They were not expected to have product coming in. China, as a result of coronavirus, they just extended their shutdown period for that Lunar New Year. So instead of it being 2 weeks or so, I don't know what exactly the time frame is, but they basically stretched it out a month and a half.
Oh my gosh.
To get past all this. Then you add to that a lot of products that come from overseas, they come by air. So a lot of products come in container ships, you know, as we all expect. But a lot of companies, they're not shipping large shipments that are enough to fill a whole container.
Right.
And so they'll ship by air. So they'll fill a smaller container and it goes on a plane.
Whoa.
Cargo plane or commercial jet. So, you know, that flight that you're taking to Europe or to Asia, they're putting inventory in the belly of that plane. And
Wow, you can really move the back end of the car around.
That's fascinating. My goodness.
so,
Right, go ahead and go inside me.
so with that didn't sound right, Robby. So
Yeah, right.
this is a family show.
Yeah, family show. Yeah.
Hey,
So-
I can't help where your mind is.
That's something you have no control over, right?
I can only do what I'm doing.
So as a result of people not traveling, there's a lot of planes that are not flying.
Right.
So cargo planes are still flying, but all the business that the commercial jets would get is now being transferred over to cargo companies, and the cargo companies are raising their rates. Now they've got 10 times as much demand for their planes, so you know, they have to raise the price, and they basically just, well, it's supply and demand.
Absolutely.
So, and then shipping. So it's basically thrown everything off. A lot of companies then have to ship by sea in cargo containers.
Right.
Those containers are now backed up. The ports weren't sometimes. So, so there's containers at the port that just haven't been able to get out. They've got too many there. There's more containers coming in from all these companies that need to get stuff shipped to the U.S. and other countries. So it's just caused a huge backlog. The Postal Service is another one that got backed up. So a lot of the mail goes on planes, on commercial planes. So they'll put it on an American Airlines plane or a Delta plane that's going to the UK or France, Italy, wherever.
Right.
And that's how the mail gets transferred. Well, there's no planes for that. People aren't, those little planes are not in the air.
Yeah, right.
So the U.S. Post Office is taking bags of mail and packages that we're shipping overseas. They're just getting put into a warehouse because there are no planes going. And they don't necessarily do first in, first out. So when they are able to get a plane, they don't take the oldest packages and the oldest mail that's been there into the post office. So they grab, the last one they put in. The one they put in yesterday is the one that comes back out. So the one they put in 3 weeks ago, they don't get to that until, that's all the way at the end of the warehouse. They're grabbing stuff that's right by the door.
Yeah, that stuff still stacked up back there in the corner. That's just crazy.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of packages that we shipped in March, and they weren't delivered until July or even August. So we're now seeing packages that are finally being delivered.
It's amazing the snowball effect that's come down.
That felt better, yeah.
We don't think as consumers the amount of arms and legs that are involved in a product from its inception to what it goes through before it hits your living room floor, whatever it may be. Those systems have been in place for a long time. For us to have a pandemic, at this time, you look at 100 years ago, technology was just a fantasy compared to what we have now. I mean, they would have never been able to conceive in their minds 100 years ago that we would have the ability we have today. The downfall of that is when those facilities go down for whatever reason, or we have less people because of the pandemic working in these facilities, it just creates havoc, and it breaks that chain and all of those gears that work together. Next thing you know, like you say, you're shipping a product in March, and it's not arriving 2-3 months later for those customers. Oh,
Kevin, there's no limits of all tracks in the race, right?
There's not. There's not. We're not going to
Can I ask you a question in a different way really quickly?
Oh, sure. Yep.
Hey, Frank. How many of your customers called you looking for flight sim adapters and gear this week?
Well,
I can't hear you though.
Oh,
There you are. There you are.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't get a lot of requests for flight equipment. I mean, we got some of it on the website for those that kind of want to do both. We can tell you both sides of it, but that's not really our main scope. Throughout the pandemic, though, we've been getting orders for flight equipment that just everybody seems to be out of, and people are just ordering it from wherever they can order it.
Right.
But no, I haven't seen a surge this week. I've seen the usual trickle of flight joysticks and rudder pedals and things like that.
Right.
Why do you ask?
Because Flight Sim 2020 just came out.
Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't keep any flight product on the shelf for the most part. So yeah, anybody that orders flight equipment from me, it's basically drop shipping from a distributor, or warehouse, manufacturer. That's not my core product. I prefer to just be good at what I'm good at.
Right.
Why are you looking for flight controls?
No, I just bought. There's only like one stick in the world that you can buy right now, so I bought it just to play. But it wasn't the stick I would have normally bought. Yeah, like you said, everything's sold out. It's really hard to get any of that gear right now.
Yeah, with the kind of demands that there are for sim racing equipment, yeah, my predictions of how much inventory I should have on the shelf and how much it's going to sell, I basically have to throw it out the window.
Right.
So share your setup with me. I'll listen to something to the right.
Yeah, Elvis left the room. He wanted to have a private chat with Kevin. Yep. We're not good enough.
Yeah. That's right. I can get up and then I just can't seem to run.
I do want to remind drivers, those top 7 that make it into the final event this evening. Look at Forrest St. Clair up there on the board, a 133.055 out of that driver in the number 14, taking himself all the way to P7 tonight. My goodness, he's going to get into that final event. He is going to make certain of it. great job out of that number 14. John Hill, the number 7, right behind him there, 133.185. And Justin Coral, great to see Justin out tonight from the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. P9 for Justin, a 133.210. That's going to drop Shaun Cole, our Simpit showman here. P10. He is not going to be happy about that, so we'll have to see if Shaun can work his way back up into that top 7. Robby Unser sitting back in P12. Russ Ruddock in P11 had to take off, so he's not going to be present. Won't be able to try to make an attempt at that, but I know Robbie's trying to get that time up there. Thomas Dudak, a regular of the Hot Lap Challenge. Great to see Thomas out this evening with his 133.755. Again, drivers, this will be a 20-minute event tonight, so those top 7 drivers, be aware of your fuel usage. You might want to do some calculating if you want to get that fuel down a little higher, lighten that car up a little bit.
Because that car that fuel there.
Make sure you're going to have enough fuel for
Joe,
that
I
event.
don't turn them on this one because in the past we had
We're thinking it's going to be
Elvis
about a
on
12-lap
and cameras
race.
down at Ricmotech. Now that it's
Possibly
just me
13,
and
but
Robbie,
it would be tight.
I might need to change that up. I'm going to have to find out what we're going to be doing in the future. Gas. The car
Well, share your setup, Elvis.
is doing very bad on mid-corner grip.
Nowhere with
Front end washout mid-corner. Just
What,
doesn't
Robbie?
want to do anything.
Share
The
me your
brakes are
setup.
still a little
It's
sketchy.
any better.
The throttle oversteer isn't that bad. I mean, it's there, but
I
I'll,
give you
I'll
warning.
keep it.
Probably is gonna kill you.
Just feels like the car is just not cornering for shit.
Who else would like it? Since
Well,
I'm
that's-
giving it out now.
That's not a good way to look at it.
What, my setup?
Yeah.
It wants to kill me the first 2 laps?
It sounds pretty violent. Does
Are
it
you
not?
saying it's
We're at
loose to
20
start? or what?
PSI.
Oh, it's crazy. It wants to push in and then snap off.
Just an ill handling car. Might still be running too much gas. I'm not sure.
Got all these files.
Refill my coffee.
Yep, for our viewers out there, we're watching John Hill coming out of what would be the turn 1 version inverted, heading down the front
there we go,
straightaway
sorry.
here at the road course at Indianapolis. Again, if any of you want to join us here the last few minutes of our event, we have about 22 minutes remaining in qualifying. Real Gear 99 will get you into the event if you want to come out and give your best hand
Believe
at
so.
going up against some of the best drivers on iRacing here this evening.
Sean,
We
would
have
you
names
like it? Would you
Robert
like any
Hartley,
help or no?
Tyler Maxim, Justin Coral, Shaun Cole is here, obviously with us tonight, out on track. Edgar Sanchinelli, a lot of just tremendous drivers on iRacing out here, giving their best shot at trying to get into the top 7 on that leaderboard here. That's what's going to advance those drivers into the final race event. We will be having a 20-minute race coming up here in about 30 minutes. We'll have a few minutes of instruction at the bottom of the hour to all of our drivers, giving them some of the rules and regulations of what they can and can't do out there on the track during that 20-minute event. Of course, one of the things they can't do is just plow right into the other driver and take them out of the race. There will be a penalty for that if that occurs. Also, if they get the car tangled up into the wall or get some damage on the vehicle, they have to be able to bring it around to the pits to get the repair done. If they're not able to bring the car to the pits due to the amount of damage, then unfortunately their race event is over at that time. So it will be the last survivor, and it will be the last survivor in first place as we move into that final event.
What was that, Elvis? I didn't hear you. You said something.
He asked if you wanted his setup.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. We've been making changes, but mine's still not doing much.
Alright, Sean, have fun on that.
Cool. Thank you.
Just, I said to Robbie as well that wants to kill you on the first
It's
lap.
not actually that bad.
Nah?
No.
Are you running
I
it with
think
full
it's
fuel
just
like
a
that?
car.
It's just the car.
draft, Shaun, or no?
No, not yet. Let me just try to get a handle on it. Plus, I'm on cold tires, so right now I just need...
So am I.
Where'd you go?
Forgot I made this change there. Also, Shaun, you have no overlays at all.
What's that?
I said you have no overlays at all. No webcam, no Robby cam, no.
Well, you see, because this project, normally we were talking about that earlier, this project is built to accommodate you, me, Robby, and 2 cameras at Ricmotech. So since we can't seem to nail down any form of consistency, it actually makes overlays kind of difficult. Not complaining, but because we're always different, this is what you end up with.
Yep, there you go. An in-car cam. That's a great shot, though. It's fun for the viewers to see you tooling around the Indy Road Course area.
Doesn't help when you just miss your marks, though. Mostly just driver, though.
Elvis Rankin still holding down P1 up there in that number 3. A 131.641 is the only driver this evening that's been able to reach into the 31s. Our second place driver here on the leaderboard tonight with about 15 minutes remaining in our qualifying is Robert Hartley with that 132.077. Tyler Maxson from the Battery Tender Mazda series in real life has joined us this evening. And he'll be in that number 15 tonight. He's holding down P3, well secured to make it into the final 7 tonight for this race. 132.777 out of Tyler Maxson. Chris Generelli, great to see Chris out tonight in that number 9. He's coming in with a 132.900, again in P4, very secured to make it into the final 7. And we have 3 drivers here that are at threat with losing these spots. David Clymer really doing well tonight, P5 with a 132.947. I just saw his time change on the board, so another quick time out of Mr. Clymer. So now we have 4 drivers in the 32s, and then we have the 1 driver of Elvis Rankin up at the top of the board in the 31s with that .641. Behind David Clymer, we have Arthur Morano Jr. in that number 323, having a 133 on the board here, 133 flat. Ford of St. Clair from Ryan Racing, he's coming in here in that number 14 tonight with a 133 flat as well. 0.055, just 300 to the second back from Arthur in that number 323. John Hill just outside the bubble in P8 with a 133.185.
What's the cutoff?
Oh, we just saw a change on the board. Sean Cole moving up into P5, getting a secured spot in that final event here tonight. Sean coming in with a 132.935. What a job. That's going to bump for Sinclair from that Orion Motorsports team back to P8. So we'll see how this plays out. Now we've got Justin Coral, Forrest St. Clair, John Hill, Robby Unser, all of them trying to work their way into that top 7 in these final few minutes.
Thanks, Elvis.
Shaun, you better be proud because I just gave you a setup to beat my my manager, so you better be proud of that.
Oh, you mean I had my mic muted. I said, thanks, Elvis.
Are you second here, Elvis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you guys.
We're on cold beef.
Yeah, she's loose that first lap through that.
Now Robby Unser, a bit of strategy here going on, some drafting down the front straightaway into turn 1. Robby looking to pick up a good time here. Elvis gets a little bit loose on entry there into 1, trying to stay ahead of Robby as Robby's trying to use some of that draft, but it's going to be difficult as they come into turn 3 here. On this very technical road course, we'll see Elvis stepping that back end out. One of the toughest things to not do with this BMW M4. It is quite loose early on those laps with the cold tires. Once you get some heat into them, though, it does drive quite a bit differently. Throttle control, man. You got to put that egg underneath that pedal when you're driving this car for sure.
I've just given up on this lap already.
But I was up, so don't give up.
Yeah, keep pulling me, right?
Alright, Robby, this is your one shot. How much time do we have left, Kevin?
12 minutes.
Half a second down. I don't know if this is going to get it. Not quite enough.
That was close, though. Stay in it, Robby. We got Shaun Cole now right on the bumper of that number 1 car of Mr. Unser. Trying to pick up as much time as possible here to secure those spots into this final race here this evening.
It's 7.
Hey,
man.
that hit you
Yep,
there.
7 drivers. 7 drivers will be going to the final event.
I go in there too deep. What the heck?
All right.
Oh my
Clear.
gosh. Yeah, Robby, that's a shame, buddy.
You on
Bad,
flyer,
right?
Shaun?
It's jet.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm down.
I was up.
Tension in the air. These drivers are pushing it for everything they can out on the track. This is great. Love watching these hot laps here at the end, man. Everybody lines up, does everything they can to pop an extra 10th or even 1,000th of a second. Shaun Cole gets a nice entry into turn 1 here in that number 39. Let's see if he can pick up some draft. Good run up through 2 to 3 here. Really getting a nice run with the throttle off these exits. Oh, he came in a little bit deep here, but he can roll around. There you go, straight line the exit. Nice job, just diamond cut the corner. Nicely done, nicely done. Watch the back end here. He goes to the throttle. That's probably
You
going
cut
to be
that
an off
corner
track.
and got to slow down.
That will be a lap. Oh,
sorry,
look at
Rob.
what happens. The 39. Oh, he nearly takes out the one of Mr. Unser.
Sorry.
Oh, the excitement is just unbearable.
I was like, just keep it together. I need the draft on the straight.
Oh.
Oh, that's tough. That is tough.
All right, well, I gotta fill coffee and I gotta pee. We'll watch.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't watch me. I'm slow.
But you're in hot pursuit. Good.
Somebody
Gas,
must have
thanks for the
jumped
help,
up.
man. We are getting
There we go.
some progress. That setup Elvis gave me, though, that thing's on rails.
Ah.
Oh, I have to correct myself. Mr. Coral driving in that Aquila racing machine. That's my bad. Sorry about that, Justin. Stay with it, buddy. Keep going after it, man. Secure that spot. Good luck to you. Watching Justin Coral lined up behind that Orion team driver of Forest St. Clair, coming down that final straightaway here to the front. Let's see what Forrest can pop out now as he's coming into coming across the line here. Oh, looks like that was his outlap. That was his outlap. Now, Forrest St. Clair, the team owner of the Aquila Racing team. Great to have them out with us here tonight. Recent driver. They joined the Extreme Motorsports Ricmotech Sports Car Series here this second half of 2020. And so we're really appreciative of them and bringing their team to the series. It's just incredible races out there. You guys get a chance to check it out on Apex Racing TV on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. The broadcast goes live, and Apex just does a tremendous job covering all of our sports car championship events across the different series, Classic Sprint Series, Sports Car Series, and the GT Challenge. So Be sure to check out Apex Racing TV on YouTube every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll catch one of those Ricmotech Championship Series events. We are down in the final 4 minutes. 4 minutes of our we have another driver just slotted into the 131s. That's Robert Hartman coming in with a 131.972. And he is now one of two drivers all the way down into the 131s. Our P3 driver, Tyler Maxson, another driver with just incredible real-life experience, another youngster coming up through iRacing and in the real-life ranks, laying down a 132.777. Chris Generelli doing a great job this evening in P4 with the 132.9. And Shaun Cole, man, he just pulled off a really great lap here towards the end of our event to get himself into P5. That'll put him in the top 7 for our final event coming up here in about 10 minutes. Robby Unser out here coming out onto the banking now. Between turns 1 and 2 here at Indianapolis. Obviously the reverse layout here for the road course. So he brings it around onto the front straightaway, down past the flag stand, heading towards turn 1. He will get one more lap on the board. So will Thomas Dudek.
Okay, where are we at? Oh, I held my spot. I was convinced I was going to come back and it was going to all be over.
Nope, you're good.
Oh, wait, there's still 15 more minutes. Kevin? Kevin?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead, Shaun.
When is the race time?
Well, at the bottom of the hour here at 8:30 is when we clear the track. We begin going over instructions, and then we'll get the race started.
So there's no point in me going out.
No.
In fact, it would probably not help.
Car 13, you just received the checker flag. Car 13, you have a checker flag.
Okay, in that case.
Car 1, that was your final lap. You have a checker flag.
Well, fudge nuts.
Alright guys, I'm gonna disconnect for the race, but I will be back in a bit.
All right, sounds good, Elvis.
User disconnected from your channel.
All right, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right, drivers, we are clearing the track at this time. It looks like all drivers have completed their final laps here this evening. For St. Clair, go ahead and bring that car to a stop there. We are going to bring our qualifying to a close at this time, and we will start giving instructions to the drivers, and that will be the top 7 that have made it into our final race here this evening. Elvis Rankin is going to take P1 tonight with a 131.641. Congratulations to Elvis getting that done in that number 3 this evening. P2, we find Robert Harley in that number 13. Number 15 of Tyler Maxson bringing in P3. P4 is going to go to Chris Generelli in that number 9. The number 39 of Shaun Cole from the Simpit. That's right, he managed to get himself in there with a great run near the end of our final few minutes of qualifying. So congratulations to Shaun making it into the final event. David Clymer is going to be our P6 driver in that final race tonight in that number 242. Great to see David up there having a great run this month here in the Hot Lap Challenge. Justin Coral, there we go, the man from Aquila Racing. Great job out of Justin tonight, coming in that number 19, getting a 132.954. Just enough time to get inside that 33 mark to get him into the final event. All right, drivers, give me just one moment here. We'll give you final instructions momentarily.
Thank you, Elvis.
All right, drivers, here we go. This is how it's going to go down tonight. Of course, the top 7 qualifiers, as we've already stated, will make it into the final event. This will be a rolling start tonight. You will have a pace car. We will advance the session to begin the race. The iRacing pace car will guide you around to the starting line. The iRacing corner cuts and all of that will be controlled by iRacing. I will be the eyes in the sky marshaling the rough 12 lap event here this evening. It will be a 20-minute race from the time you reach the green flag to the end of the event. Obviously, iRacing will issue the white flag as it typically does. The only thing we will be doing is just marshaling to make sure we've got a good, clean race happening out there on track. Remember, we're doing this for fun tonight, guys. We put this on the 3rd Wednesday of every month, the Ricmotech Hotlap Challenge. We do want to thank Frank down at Ricmotech in Miami, Florida, for putting this together every month. We're I think in our 3rd year now of doing this, and it's been a lot of fun. We get a lot of different drivers each month, and we get a lot of regulars back each month as well. So great to see everybody out tonight. All right, let's move down the list here. If a driver wrecks, they must bring that car to pit road to reset. You cannot escape to the pits tonight. If your car is so damaged that you are not able to bring it to the pits and it's completely inoperable, then your race has ended at that point. It'll be the last driver that makes it to the line, obviously, and takes that checker flag that will win the event tonight. And, of course, they must be in P1 to get that done. So we wish all of you the best of luck this evening. If all cars are damaged prior to the end of the event, well, it's going to be the last car standing that's going to win that Ricmotech t-shirt. If all the cars make it to the finish line, well, then the winner will get that grand prize of that Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing t-shirt. And if they are a winner in the Hot Lap Challenge Championship entry driver, and they will obviously accumulate the necessary points for their championship for 2020. All right, drivers, stand by here. We will get things advanced to the race session momentarily. Drivers, do you have any questions about how the event is going to start this evening?
Yes, thank you to Ricmotech. Absolutely. John Hill, I hope you're watching. If you are, man, I
so
can
to
totally
answer
relate to
that question, we are going to invert the field this evening. So as that pace car starts to pull away, since you like pineapple on pizza, we're going to put you in last place. That's right, we're going to reverse the grid. That 7th place driver, Mr. Justin Coro, you're going to be starting on the pole, my friend. So let's see what you can get done there with that inverted field tonight. We will clear black flags as you come to the line because, of course, iRacing will think, what's happened here? We've got an inverted field. Well, it wasn't set for that. Well, guess what? We're going to do that manually tonight. So when that pace car pulls away, we're going to wait for P7 to move up to the line there and fall in behind the pace car. So we will move drivers right. So all drivers in that right-hand lane, which will be the odd number vehicles. You drivers stay in that right lane. We'll will allow the left lane for the drivers to move up to the front. So again, Justin Coro, you'll be starting on the pole in that number 19. David Clymer, you'll be outside of row 1 in that number 242. Shaun Cole, you'll be starting the inside row of row 2 in that number 39. Yeah, Justin Coral, yeah. Chris Generelli, you'll be starting P4 tonight. Tyler Maxson, you'll be P5. Robert Hartley, P6. Elvis, you will be in the rear of the field in P7. Boy, you don't like pineapple on pizza anymore now, do you? All right, guys, we'll get things started here momentarily.
Yeah, there's no one knows until we go, Andrew. So if you tuned in on the Simpit Live, or the Simpit on YouTube,
I wasn't going to do it this
maybe
month.
15 minutes. I actually put up the
decided to do
wrong
it.
combo, but 15 minutes before about is when we know, so that nobody gets an unfair advantage. I just noticed I think I muted everybody, and I wanted that to be a mute driver, not mute everybody.
All right.
You're echoing when you're talking in sim as well, Kevin.
Yeah, I usually mute him independently in the sim. And Kevin, you're still
Yeah, sorry,
crackling.
I may not have muted. Okay, yeah, let me reset that here.
Is it TeamSpeak?
All right, drivers, it's grid time. It's go
go
time.
time.
Let's make sure we keep it clean out there. Let's have some fun in this final event here tonight. Actually, we're not going to reverse the grid. We're going to go as we're on the grid tonight, guys. We're going to stay with the grid as it's stated. So when you guys grid up, we're going to go just as we are. Elvis,
One to go. Next time by. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
With you, Robert Hartley, you'll be starting second. So, guys, go ahead and get on the grid. Let's see how this race plays out this evening. We wish each of you the best of luck. We are in a 20-minute race session now, and that will be approximately
Andrew,
12
it was a
miles.
really
Drivers,
tough
approximately
combo.
12 laps for this event here.
Really tough. I didn't get it to the end, and it was only because
Thank you, Ricmotech.
really
Woo!
good setup with Sherry. Thank you, Elvis.
Good luck, guys.
Robbie, should I leave your camera on or turn it off?
It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Oh, are you hanging? If you're hanging out, I'll leave it on.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the race.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna leave it on. Yeah, maybe it's my connection to TeamSpeak.
Kevin, Maxson disconnected. Are you gonna let somebody else drive or no?
Good luck, David and Chris, my teammates.
So you have my camera up on your YouTube feed?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not up right now. But it's okay.
10-4.
What happened?
Thanks,
oh,
George. You too, Ed.
Jeez. Jeez Louise. There we go. Nothing was right, and nobody told me. Lucky you squared that away real quick. I think that was goes back to when I
have
was
your
showing
overlays on, yeah.
Yeah, that was when I showed my Datsun. I forgot to.
Do we have a full field there, Kev?
We're missing one. I don't know if the 8th place driver can get in real quick, Kevin.
Catch the pace car.
Elvis, you're on the point.
He's there.
Elvis. 3rd place is missing.
Catch the 3 car.
Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. It's because when I'm streaming over here, I can't see my stream. Joa, is that what you meant? I missed it. I'm sorry, bud. Thank you for having my back, though.
So we've got, how many did we take? We took 7, you're only going to get 6?
Yeah.
Yep, we're only going to get 6. Yep.
Oh, we let the pace car go. We actually have some catching up to do, don't we?
Yep.
I count 7 cars.
Is one of them a Porsche?
Right? Yep. That's
Can me and Hartley get EOL? Kevin?
Nope, nope, he's leaving it straight up, Elvis.
Yeah, you're straight.
No inversions. All right, drivers, let's go ahead and get packed up and paired up. No more tire scrubbing at this time. Let's bring those cars out onto the straightaway here and get ready for the start of this 12-lap, 20-minute timed event here. Big things on the line here, guys. That Ricmotech t-shirt is just awaiting to have one of your names on it. All right, guys, we wish you the best of luck. Let's keep it clean out there, and let's have some fun.
Get ready, going green.
Like a restart zone, Kevin, or I have to go on green?
We'll be going on iRacing green. Going on
Race
iRacing
car
green.
is off, time to do your job.
Go, go, go.
Green, green, green.
Green, 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 green.
Car on your
All
left.
right, here we go. Bringing that field down into turn
Keep to the
one.
right.
This is going to be quite an
Stay
accomplishment
on the
here. If
right.
all 6 of these drivers can get through here without any tangling, and it looks like they have
Still
done
there.
a tremendous job with those
Clear,
cold tires,
left
Robbie.
side.
Yep, Elvis and Robert are
Stay
out.
on the right. Clear.
Yep. They've already
Car
stretched
on your
out,
left.
oh gosh, about 8-10 car lengths now
Clear.
already. We see Elvis starting to stretch out now. Robert Hartley right in the wings there, looking for an opportunity to get up in that slipstream. And then our 4 drivers behind them, led by Shaun in that number 39, as they come out onto that little interior straightaway, I like to refer to it as. Very difficult to get the power down there, isn't it, Robbie?
It is. Not that there's a lot of power in this car, but it definitely does put it down.
Yeah,
I think that third and fourth got to fighting a little on the start, which allowed first and second to get out. Now they've kind of equaled out, it looks like.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough challenge here for them now that they've gotten out of that slipstream to be able to rebound. Boy, that's a shame that they're just outside of it, too. Now about 15-20 car lengths back. As we see the Ellis, that machine
Right.
Ellis Rankin pulling
He
out.
got a heck of a run off to that last corner, which is everything. I honestly thought Hartley was close enough he was going to get a run off, but I think that's where Elvis gets a lot of his speed, is that turn he puts on to that last stretch.
You're now in third.
Absolutely, that's a critical one because you have such a long time at high speed after it. Yeah, exactly. So you're just winning back that time, that entire distance. We see him coming through turn 1 now, doing a great job. Of course, Shaun Cole, you see the 8-car view of him as he's coming through into the early part of the course now, trying to keep an eyesight or at least some sort of a view on those 2 leaders that have started to stretch it out now. Shaun really fighting back here in P3 and doing a great job leading the other 3 drivers behind him. And those drivers are no slouches either, I must say. Justin Coral back there, Generelli, David Clymer, all veterans of iRacing and just incredible sim drivers. So they're going to have their own little battle back here for sure.
Yeah, they got a heck of one wrapping up. We got 20 minutes, so lap 1. Here's where Elvis is.
Now this, yeah, you can watch him just stretch right there. It's like a rubber band. Yeah, he just pulls out a good 2 or 3 car lengths.
Wasn't as good as last lap there. Hartley's in his grab.
Yep, yep.
Shaun's broke the grab, so we'll see if.
Yeah, Shaun sure has.
Yeah, so they theoretically those 2 cars should run up on it pretty easy. Not as well as I thought.
Yeah, this is where it's important here is in that brake zone. If Shaun can just lay that apex job, yeah, beautiful job, Shaun. Just
He
sticks
does a
right
great
in.
job. I think that's been Shaun's strength is in one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I kind of was not
See an
far off
overtake.
of it until there.
See David Clymer trying to make a run now up into that 4th spot. Good job for David getting a nice overtake done there in turn 3. Making that inside line, and now we see Justin Coral from that Quilla race team trying to make a move now in the back, and he does. He gets the pass done. That moves him up into 5th position now. Christian Early falling back to P6, but still holding into the draft there of Justin Coral. David Clymer now trying to catch back up to Shaun Cole. Shaun doing an amazing job through the road course section on this lap.
Yeah, he's kind of evened it out. He's not losing a lot off of Hartley and Elvis right now.
Boy, hardly sure.
Hartley got a good run out of that.
He did.
He actually might have a run on Elvis this lap.
Yep.
I don't know if he'll make it to 1, but he's definitely.
No, not quite. It just, I'm surprised.
If you don't have a move, you got to be, if you haven't sucked down upon him by the start finish, it doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen. You know, you need to get within those 3 or 4 car lengths there at that point.
At that point, you've got to be closing and making the move because really there's not a lot from the start finish to where you're going to break.
Yeah, this is an interesting dynamic here. Shaun Cole leading those back 4 cars, you know, and hoping, I'm sure, that Mr. Hartley and Mr. Rankin up there are going to do a little tangling.
Fight.
Right, right.
And it can happen.
Yeah, oh, it certainly can. It certainly can. Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm surprised how much, like right there on the back chute, the exit they use, I got to slow down every time I use that much.
Yeah, yeah,
they know how to just get there, just skim it perfectly and not get caught.
That is one of the big things in sim.
I know that.
Yeah, in sim racing and especially on iRacing with the off-track penalties that it gives you. You know, you do learn, you know, where the same, I'm sure, in a real car. You know, if you're driving at OTA or Road America, you know, places that you want to take up every inch of those sections, and you know in a real car exactly where to place those tires. Sim drivers do the exact same thing, except for they're searching for that limit to avoid the off tracks.
Right. Yeah, real life we don't have that off. I mean, it's either blatant or it's not. That is one thing you know, for me, there's some places in real life you drive there and iRacing.
Well, not. Yeah.
You got to get used to the game a little bit.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, things are a little different in the sim in that regard, and I think some of it comes down to how they need to govern and manage some of the competition. You know, certain drivers can handle taking those extra inches, and others can't. So we're going to go ahead and just place it here and make sure nobody has to take that risk. So,
yeah, well, don't they do a center car?
Not getting grip on
Yeah,
that right hander at all.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so you have a.
Which means technically you can have 2 tires on the track and still be on the track.
Exactly.
Normally, 2 tires on, 4 tires off is a mistake. 2 tires on.
Right. So they go off that same rule. Good example is Tetra Rouge at Le Mans coming onto Mulsanne Straight. That corner right there is just such a fine line of where that X goes right down the center of the car. So if you look down at the top of the car, you drew an X and put a bump right in the center of the X. That's where you can't go past.
Yeah, right. Well, God, Elvis and Hartley, same thing as they always do, rock solid.
Right side.
Yes, get it done, no mistakes.
Still there, hold your line.
Robert Hartley.
Now gotta move.
Okay, on the left.
David's making a move. Why.
Still there.
Clymer on the inside of Cole. Cole holding strong on the inside now of turn 2. They are side by side. Now they may go 3 wide with Justin Coral. Holy smokes, look at this. Got Cole fighting right up on the back end of Clymer. Now he has Coral on the inside out of turn 5. They head down into turn 6. Yep. Misjudged the braking there, but the 39, Shaun Cole does a great job. Holding onto the position. Coral comes in deep with the little bit hot on the brakes there. Gets into the back of the 39. Just kind of a racing incident there. Coral does move up. Yeah, it was just a tough entry there for both cars. Oh, that's tough.
We're fine.
If we were at Extreme, we'd call it, but dadgummit.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Bummer for Shaun.
Yeah, it is. But maybe he can get back within that
It was
draft.
such a good fight. Yeah.
It was. Yeah. He's not too far back. If he can at least can find himself up there in the draft of Generelli, he'll be able to get up there and tuck in behind the top two at least, or the fourth and fifth there ahead of him. Boy, Clymer, man, he is just going after it, isn't he? Look at that. What a stretch he's pulled there. And again, back up front, Robert Hartley right on the heels now. I think he's just waiting for the opportunity now, looking for mistakes out of that Elvis Rankin machine. The only driver from Orion here tonight. We have two drivers from the Aquila Racing team represented in the Hot Lap Challenge for August of 2020 tonight. Get together the third Wednesday of every month for our viewers out there. If you want to check out this Hot Lap Challenge every month, we do it at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch us live on the Simpit here on YouTube, so make sure to put that on your calendar. Here we go.
I think
down
Hartley's
into the
figuring out.
Yes, I was just going to say that. He's just
getting-
kind of flirting.
He's getting the line on the straightaway.
Yep. And he's finding those entries now. Yeah, he's holding tight. Yeah, you want to be tucked up, when you come out of that final corner, up onto that back stretch, or up onto the front stretch, I should say, between turns 1 and 2. He's got it. Yep.
Like there, he just pulled him a little. Now he'll hit the graph.
It might be just.
But if you're too close, you'll get a push there and have to lift. That's another thing.
Yep. Now, I wonder if Robert is lifting here at the end of that slipstream. No, knowing that he doesn't quite have enough. Yeah, he's going to have to be tucked up. I'm going to say coming out of the infield course, wouldn't you think, Robbie, a 3-4 car lengths, he needs to be pretty tight and able to make the overtake at the line for the win.
Yeah. I think he's lining him up, trying to see where the strength is. We're not quite halfway there yet.
We are just past halfway. We have 8.5 minutes remaining. 8.5 minutes remaining.
Like there.
Oh, look at this.
I think he's trying
Go
to
left.
encourage
Car
him to
right.
stay.
Clear on the right.
Yep.
And Hartley is very. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Justin Corral has surrendered the position to Shaun Cole. Now, if that's not incredible sportsmanship, I don't know what is. What a great job out of Justin. Yep, he's allowed Shaun to get back in the mix here and hopefully get up behind Generelli and try to pick up some draft. Justin's going to work with him back here, and hopefully the two of them can rebound a little bit here.
Now that's the kind of camaraderie guts.
You betcha. That is very true, right? and I'm sure you can speak on that like an expert. Look at this.
On the outside.
Oh, it's going to be tight. Elvis down on the bottom. Hartley cannot quite get it done. He's going to fall back into P2 as Elvis takes over P1 as they went side by side down into turn 1. We know our viewers are inside the cockpit of Shaun Cole's car right now.
Car right.
And so did Shaun.
Clear.
Oh, no.
What's up in turn 1 there?
Uh-oh, Shaun Cole's now dropped behind Justin Corral.
Now it's all even. You can't see anything on that one.
Boy, we're going to have quite a race back here, Robbie, for this third, fourth, fifth.
Well, and David was out just about. Ended it off of one. Luckily, there wasn't a wall there.
No, come on.
They're running very close together. Hartley now, as they begin to make their exit out of the infield here at Indianapolis Road Course and head back up to the reverse part of the oval here. So they're between turns 1 and 2 at Indy now, coming into turn 1 on the reverse layout here, obviously for the interior road course at Indianapolis. Robert Hartley, boy, Elvis just gets such a run coming up onto that backstretch, or up onto the straightaway there. Hartley just cannot seem to hang with them there. He did a couple laps ago, but yeah.
Elvis, he put his line in the last switchback.
And no better place to have a run on your competitor lap after lap.
Well, that's
And
it.
then the part of the lap that takes you to the finish line, you bet.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the race of this race. Now, the new road course version, there's turns. You don't go through turn one flat. So
Yeah, right.
different place you need to be lined up.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. It has that little cut through there near the pit entry, and then of course coming through turns 1 and 2 of this course, they kind of go straight onto that little backstretch. Then there's like a little mild chicane there that comes onto that little stretch. Yeah, it's a really great job that they've done with the new layout here. Of course, on iRacing, we're still running the 2011 layout here, I believe, or 2012. I believe.
Yeah, this is the first F1 track. Well, yeah, like the second. It's got the new infield, but the old,
right.
And I mean, I see it there. They just don't have it active.
Oh, I cannot drive this car, man.
Yeah, right.
Right, Hartley again. Elvis gives him the inside. I don't know if I was Hartley after this time, I'd reach it from under that.
Yep. Here we go. Elvis dives in. Oh, here we go. The switchback. Oh, look at this. Yep. There we go. Elvis is on the outside now through turns 2 and 3, heading now into turns 4, 5. Oh my gosh, Hartley takes a little bit of curb on the right side, holds on to it. Now they are still side by side through the carousel of turn 6, heading to the tight right-hander of 7, still door to door. The Orion machine of Elvis Rankin makes a little bit of contact with Robert Hartley.
Slowdown for Elvis.
Oh man,
I don't know.
Yeah. I think Elvis has got to slow down. He's off the throttle. Yep, he's off the throttle on the brakes. Hartley's still in the throttle. They came out of that corner side by side. Robby, it looked like the rear end of Hartley just kind of tapped that right nose of Elvis, pushed him just out into that off-track zone, even in that black flag. Unfortunate for Elvis.
I think it did.
Yeah, 3 minutes remaining. Robert Hartley now takes over a commanding lead here of about a 10-12 car length gap to Elvis.
That was a good race there.
Boy, Elvis has got, I'll tell you what, Elvis gets a great run out onto this front straightaway. If he can pick up a little draft here over the next lap and a half, we're going to have 2 more laps to go. We're going to have 2 more laps to go.
So I'll tell you, that was impressive though. To get through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess 7.
7 corners side by side. Yeah, very
For both drivers, very good. I mean, that shows
absolutely.
Just the daggum skill they've got. It really is.
Yep. Look at Elvis, man, getting that run on the inside here of turn 6. Now into the hard right-hander of 7. Oh, he's close. Oh, Hartley gets it a little sideways. Yep, drops that back in down. Little tap dance there for Hartley. Elvis is pulled right up to him. 4 car length gap now between the 13 of Hartley and the 3 of Elvis Rankin. Down into the switchbacks now towards the end of the infield
right
section.
there is where Elvis.
Yep, he comes through here just like a banshee. Look at this now coming out onto the front straightaway here. Here's where Elvis is quick in that number 3. He gets a good run. 13 gets a good run as well, though. They were pretty close there. Yep. I'm going to say he's going to
Elvis will be onto his bumper. He won't get by him.
1 minute, 20 seconds remaining. This should be the white flag. This is the white flag. White flag has waved.
Last lap.
White flag. Drivers, white flag. That's right. That's right. Pineapple on pizza and dancing ballerinas.
He doesn't know about dancing ballerinas yet.
Yeah, that's true. He'll learn. He's 13, right? Oh, look at Elvis, man. He's out there getting it done. Yeah, right. Oh, we finally. Oh, Robert Hartley gave loose. The back end steps out as they approach.
Now Elvis does, trying not to hit him.
Elvis avoids the contact, does a tremendous job, and gets a good run out of 7 as they head down to 8. Is he going to make a move here?
Try it.
He does. He goes to the inside of Hartley and takes it in deep.
Good move.
Oh, Hartley gives it the boom. He should have waited. He should have waited. But he's on the outside now, coming into turn 11.
Got to slow down and give up that
This is
time.
the left-hander, now into 12. This is the hard right-hander. All he has to do is tuck right up behind Hartley. Here we go. He's got the run. He's got the run on the inside.
He does.
Coming to the line out of the final corner.
Better put it to the bottom.
They cross the line up onto the banking now. Coming around turn 1 of the oval course. The 3 looks high. The 3 looks high. Still sitting high. Looking for that left side. There he goes. He's coming down the side with the slip.
Sorry, I don't like it, Hort. This is a very unique street.
Got about 5 laps of fuel left.
By about a half a car length.
And it's only a 20-minute race. This happens where we have a
Robert
little
Hartley. Let's
shootout
go back and
after
see how Shaun Cole
night of
Robbie.
hot
Hey,
lap.
Ron, Chris, Justin, Shaun.
They were nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Good race, guys. Good race.
There's the flag. It's over.
Sean's a
Great
little,
race,
you know,
drivers.
great job.
Great race
Really
out
well.
there. That was fantastic. Mr. Coral, we do appreciate your professionalism and, of course, your incredible sportsmanship there.
Slow down.
Taking
You
that
got a
position
penalty
back
for
and
cutting
stepping
the
back
course.
behind Mr. Shaun Cole. We do appreciate that. And what a great run out there. Out of the top 2 drivers, Robert Hartley getting the win here tonight. He's going to take home that Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment t-shirt for August of 2020, round 8 of this year. Big congratulations to that number 13 of Mr. Robert Hartley. Ironically, the P2 driver is the number 3, which is typically Robert Hartley's number. So great to see Elvis Rankin out there, the youngster, doing a tremendous job picking up P2 this evening. And going down the rest of the list here, well, Shaun Cole had a little bit of run-in with Justin Coral, but these guys did put on a great show. David Clymer, my gosh, what a fantastic run from Mr. Clymer tonight in that number 242, bringing up P3 in our final event. Justin Coral, what an incredible job out of him from the Aquila Racing team and also from the Ricmotech Championship Series over there at Extreme Motorsports. We do appreciate Justin being out here with us tonight. Coming in P4. Chris Generelli, great to see Chris out tonight in that number 9. Coming in P5 tonight, great run out of him. And Shaun Cole, man, what an effort. Great job, Shaun. You held down P3 there for most of the race in that number 39. So congratulations to you, buddy. We look forward to seeing you back in September for round 9 of 2020 of the Ricmotech Hot
Challenge. Shaun, big thanks to you for bringing your team out and all the work that you put in to putting this broadcast together for all of us here at Extreme Motorsports. And of course, Ricmotech appreciates your efforts putting on this great event. We're, oh my gosh, 3 years. I need to count the months again to figure out how long we've been doing this, Shaun. But we do appreciate you being here, buddy. And a big thanks out to Frank Rico. Frank, man, I tell you what, you're just a tremendous advocate for the sim racing world out there, putting on these events every month and everything you do for the sim racing community, all the sponsorships of the series out there, your involvement in sim racing, and everything you do behind the scenes to promote sim racing in the real world racing out there that we all strive and would love to be a part of. For some of us, we are fortunate to have some of that, like Mr. Rankin, Tyler Max, and some of these drivers that were in here tonight. That do have real life experience and do get to take some of this sim racing time and learning all these brake and input points around these tracks and applying them into their real car. Again, thanks a lot for all of you coming out tonight. We do appreciate it. We look forward to seeing all of you in September. For the Ricmotech Hot Lap Challenge, I'm Kevin Ford. I'll hand it over to Shaun Cole now to wrap up his show. Thanks again, guys.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much, Robby. Elvis, thank you both. Great job out there, both you on the track. And I love, the one thing you got to say about Hot Lap Hump Day by Ricmotech is it's always something different. It's always keeping you on your toes or keeping you thinking. Sometimes it falls into your wheelhouse, and sometimes it's your worst nightmare. But it's always unique and fun. Anyway, Robby, Kevin, Elvis, thank you all for joining me. and I
Thank
want to
you.
thank Ricmotech, Frank
Thank you.
Rico at Ricmotech, for hosting these events, which are always something a lot of us look forward to. You know, it's the third hump day, the third Wednesday of the month. You know, it's Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday. So again, thank you, Kevin. Extreme Motorsports. Thank you to everybody who came out and raced with us, and thank you, of course, to everybody who tuned in and watched. But that's gonna do it for this one, and we'll be back on, like Kevin said, the third Wednesday of September. You can look forward to the next event. We never know. Nobody knows until minutes before the event. Rumors start coming out, but nobody knows until it's actually green flag for these events what the combo is. So again, thank you, everybody. It was a blast. It was a blast. Sorry we couldn't work that car better, man. That was a rough day.
Oh, you did great,
You had
Shaun.
a
You
good
did great,
race
buddy.
going. You had
Yeah,
a-
man, you were doing
got
fantastic.
capital and, yeah.
Yeah,
it was a good
yeah.
one.
All right, well, be safe, have fun, everyone. Get out there, do some racing. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and we will all see you on the track.